Hello and welcome. Gonna have to excuse me for a second because we are literally starting this live stream. I've just sat down to start and the roof is leaking. So I have just managed to grab this, hit go live at the right times. The first thing we've got to do is basically catch the drips. It's dripping right down in that corner, straight through the cantina, and it's then dripping. Not really be any worse of a start to this live stream if it tried. There is a poll and everything running as normal, but I will just catch the drips first. So this is a live fix. It is pouring down at the moment, and when I say it is dripping, it is soaking wet. I did not realize it was doing this. I've been up here for a little while, and it is not going well. So if I can will that catch in there? Oh, this shelf is soaked. Not a good start to a live stream. I do apologise. What a thing to walk into. Yeah, we'll go live. There I am. Write a comment going, oh, hopefully everybody's okay, not having any problems with water. And what can I hear? Drip, 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 drip. Oh, no. So how much is on this? Oh, it's soaking. Look. Bugger. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Yeah, I'll show you so you can see. So, I don't think I'm making it up. Good way to start the live stream. There we go. Sensational. That'll be a roof ladder job. That'll be brilliant. So anyway, let us know how you're getting on. There is a poll running as normal. Just ignore what I'm doing and just talk amongst yourselves. Hello to Lego King. Hopefully you are good. Hang on. I think I've got some spare towels up here. That's what I'm supposed to be sat on. I've just shown you how wet everything is, and that's oh, hey, it's almost as bad as yesterday's live stream. How little can I do today? Brilliant. Have I got anything? Have I got anything? So yes, feel free to entertain yourselves just for a couple of minutes as I am walking around going, oh no, this is what we don't want. Not after I've just done the Star Wars display. Puddles everywhere, man. Puddles everywhere. I'll be back. Right, so yeah, we'll carry on and try that again. Hopefully you are all good and you are all still there. And I will get involved in the poll in a second. Brilliant. Shibo, hello, hello, hello. No wet books, I don't think, but it is all over. All over here, so I'll have to. Not too sure what's caused that, to be honest. I don't know if it's just because it was coming down so heavy. I can stop it from dripping off the shelf. That would be helpful. Maybe this is what the live stream is going to turn into. All right, that's in the corner. That wall now will need to be repainted. Brilliant. But Shibo, hello. Lego King, hello. Everybody else, hello. That was a very rough start for the first couple of minutes. Hopefully, everybody is good. Right, so We have a poll running. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. In the poll, I want to know what you think I should buy next. Do I get the new Ninjago set and wait until 2026, which is going to be the old city? Do I go for the Razor Quest? Do I get the Star Trek Enterprise, or do I get something else? And of course, I'm going to get something else. You guys are going to let me know what that thing is. And at the moment, that's a very, very quick 4 votes. We've had more votes. Obviously, people must have been voting when I was running around. And we are going heavy on the Ninjago already. That does not surprise me. So potentially, I might wait until January to get anything at all. If I carry on hearing those drips, that's going to be a concern. But hopefully that's caught it. But that has gone all the way down the back wall on the nice new yellow paint that has been done. It's missed the Death Star though. Okay. Yeah, was not expecting that at the very, literally sat down, hit go. I was like, what's that noise? Brilliant stuff. Right, so we are using the other software. So what I can do is this. So good evening to Lego King. Yes, indeed, we got a leak. No, there's no wet books. Shibu says hello, hello, hello. And then Lego King says hello, hello, hello. And the Death Star will catch a cold. Yes, pretty much how that all sums up everything. And of course, because we can, if I can remember, share the screen. Because they've updated this again since I've used it. So if I was to spend money on this, you can then do it in portrait and landscape, which is nice and exciting. But if I was to go on to this way and go down, we are here. So we have got all these different bits and pieces. So don't forget the giveaway purchase is available for the fish tank as it is covered. There is nothing else, I don't think, available for the start of this, anything, sorry, that's coming for the start of this year. There's no new Ninjago news just yet. I was going to write the Goonies on the list, but I thought I'd write something else in case anybody else had any other ideas. Don't forget, we've got all the Marvel bits and pieces. So yeah, there's nothing new to share at the moment, but I just wanted to check exactly what was happening and everything else like that. So I've got so many windows open. Let's see where we are at. So I'll catch up with the chat in a second, because don't forget, I can't actually see the chat or anything when I'm actually looking at the Lego bits and pieces. Right. Yeah, so nothing. How long is this available for? Still got through. It's not going to go in back order, is it? It's available to the 19th. So I don't think we're going to get any new news, Shibo, about any of those Lego sets at all until the 19th. I don't think. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. So Admira is in the chat. Hello to you as well. Hopefully you are okay. So there we go. And then we have got January 1st releases look good so far. So yes, they do indeed. What's your favorite, Shiba? And that's a question to you, Admira, as well. What is your favorite Lego set that looks like it's coming in January of 2026? If you've been paying any attention whatsoever over any of the live streams that I've been doing, I have shown everything off. So the pressure is on for you. So yes, hello and welcome to everybody. That is a crazy start to a live stream. I was not expecting that at all. It was absolutely lashing down. That's going to be very, very interesting, the location of that as well. So we will see what happens. But you might have noticed, probably haven't noticed, but I need to set you all up in the correct place. There's a certain thing on. I've done it. It took me about 5 minutes. So I actually finished that, clicked that on, and then heard the drip and then hit live. So the DeLorean. Yes, let's take a look at the DeLorean. Let me just get you set up so you can actually see all these little bits and pieces. You can see that. It's very, very weird with these two streaming softwares. I say this all the time. One of them's zoomed in more than the other. And I don't know why. It's the same camera. Everything's exactly the same. So the DeLorean looks amazing. So is that your first set that you're going to be getting? I didn't even click on that. Jay asks, did you do that yourself, Jay? I didn't put you on the screen. Jay says, what's a Razor Quest? Must be a new ship. Well, it must be. It must be indeed. Yeah, I guess so. And I'm waiting for any leaks on the new modular. Does anybody know what this new modular is all about? Jay, if you missed the first 3 minutes of the stream, I was just running around like a headless chicken because we've had drips. And I didn't realise. So there's puddles. That back corner, you can see it's all dark. So that's going to need to be repainted now. Good start to the live stream. And I've not even opened up a bag yet. And we are 10 minutes and 45 seconds in. And what I have achieved, which is this thing, wasn't even done on the stream. So Razor Quest, let's take a look at the Razor Quest, shall we? So yes, this Razor Quest, beautiful looking thing. This thing just here. Oh, we want that one. So we are looking at the Speed Champions. Time Machine Back to the Future, $22.99. I think I could make a display with that. I think I could make a display with that. And I put Quest. Yeah, I was panicking. There's a reason why I was panicking, because I couldn't find what was dripping when I was making the poll up. So Jay asks, what is the Razor Quest? And of course, it is the crest. I've just got on that. But I'm not getting either, so it doesn't matter. Shibo is asking for any new leaks on the modular. I've been called a silly boy. And the roof. Obviously, the roof where I am has, yeah. But it's coming through a very unusual place. So this is going to be very, it's going to be an interesting live stream, I think. But yeah, I don't know what to do with the Back to the Future thing, because I have got the option of doing some sort of display, but I just don't know. What can be done. So yeah, we will see. But you guys can go and see what's going on. I'm here. We are, I think, on bag 36. It is smashing it down as well. Let me just check that wall. Base plates are drenched. I'm so it's a lot of water as well, to be quite honest. Oh yeah, there is a lot of water. Hang on, you don't have to entertain yourselves for a second. I need to carry on using the towel. It's all under the bag. I didn't realise it was under all of those base plates as well. I've just done this display. I mean, it's that bad. The bucket on the bucket on the inside. Look, how much water is in that thing? Oh dear. I got my camera. I have got my camera. I could do this. We're going to do a live with a disaster series at the same time, I think, because I need to film this. I can show you all on the next thing. Oh, all the things to happen. What a way to start. Right, so. I have caught most of the drips. That'll dry off. That'll be all right. Oh, it's literally just started happening when I was writing the poll. Nothing like undoing the full display that you've just done. Cantina's off. Everything's off. And you... I've still not opened up the first bag. 14 minutes in, and we are not doing that. Oh, right. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. What is this poll? What's the poll doing? So at the moment, we are looking at what shall I get next? The 2026 Ninjago set is going up against the brand new Star Wars ship, 57 to 43. So, yeah, we will see. We will see. Gotta be honest. If that carries on like it is, there'll be nothing. That'll be a there'll be no new sets now. That can go into here. 30. Luckily, no manuals, no nothing. Right, so we are building a whole new thing. So that's what we've got to. Literally, when I finished the live stream yesterday, I figured out exactly what the problem was on this. When I took the bits apart and then put all the bits and pieces in how I thought it was, it's actually supposed to be off. Not perfect. So I was trying to make it as a perfect square. It was actually a stud wider than what it should have been. And that's why the whole thing keeps falling apart. But now that's together, and that took me minutes to do. That is there. So John says, I keep forgetting I've got this. So John says the Razor Quest is obviously a choice. Definitely have to get it before it's gone. And Jay says 100%. Now, Jay also has, I don't know if he knows this now, but the Razor Quest has dropped in, sorry, the Razor Quest, the Millennium Falcon has dropped again in price in the UK. And there's now a 3-horse race for the cheapest. Now, I don't know if it's happened over there with you, John, but obviously we get big sales for Black Friday for like the rest of this month. The Falcon is now cheaper than what it was when it originally had the price increase and was in a sale. So we are almost at the £490+ mark. So we're just over the £500 price mark at the moment. I have never seen it cheaper than £550, and we're down to £523, and it seems to be creeping down. So yeah, there's some big sales to be had at the moment. Now, I was hoping to have a little bit of space and do these little bits and pieces and do, what is required to do. But yeah, all good, sexy fun. Now, Jay, if you are bored, I can easily send you the link and you can just literally shout at me, because obviously I'm on this software. So if you are itching yourself or you're on a toilet break and you want to share it to the world, then obviously just let us know. And unless you're doing your displays downstairs, then obviously that'd be something completely different. Shibo says, anything I can do. So this is the longest I've done now. 17 minutes is a new record of not physically putting a piece together, which is fantastic. I honestly want this to turn into the longest non-live build live stream series I possibly can. So Shibo says, speaking of a Black Friday, what do you think about the get it? So what do you think of the Batman animated series? I'm kind of on the fence since it released. I've got that up there, and it is one of the best builds I have ever done. The minifigures. These things just there, because I'm in the process of doing stuff with it, are incredible. And if you can get the animated car as well before that goes, do it. If you've got the funds for both, I cannot stress enough how good that set is. And in case you've never seen it or you've not seen the Disaster Series videos, there. You can ask Jay. Me and Jay went to the Lego store on day one of that thing being released. I built it, at Jay's house. How the hell I managed to get that home without it breaking, I do not know. And within 2 or 3 days of the release, it was screwed up on the wall. The 3D layering of it is so clever. The Easter eggs that are in it are ridiculous as well with regards to what they could have done for a CMF wave. So I honestly, if people just like builds, that is so. I don't like doing all the other arty bits and pieces. I've not really been a fan of those, but that artwork with those minifigures and the car, I cannot stress it enough. So John says, why would you pick a set that's not even out over a top 5 set of the Razor Quest? Well, this is a very good point. But then also, we are saying how important the giveaway purchase is for the Enterprise. And I'm not going to be able to afford both. So this is also something else to take into consider. Obviously, nobody's thought about that because nobody's picked the Enterprise. No good sales happening right now, even though Walmart started theirs today. Fair enough. So yeah, we're really lucky in the UK. We don't have the drama of it just being over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It starts now. They guarantee the price, and a lot of the stores say that basically if they drop the price even more, you will just get that money back. So it's quite clever. Jay says, "Yep, sorting out the house. I'll jump on at some point." Right, but if you're going to jump on, I will send Jay the link because I have the technology on the software to do it. That has been sent to Jay, and we will carry on. There we go. As easy as that. So he's free. Yeah. So honestly, and Jay can vouch for me on this because this is one of the only sets that I built in one sitting. The frame's clever how it all gets put together. There's no bend in the frame. It is literally, well, Jay's a huge Batman animation series fan. Like I'm just looking at the bottom left, how you got it's like triple skinned, or we're gonna have to we'll get it. I'll flop it up for you. Hang on. So, yeah, because this software runs a lot smoother, I can easily just do that. Oh, just do that. Do that and forget to share the page. That's very clever. Share screen. This, that. And we're there. There we go. Right, so let's take a look-see at this. So Batman. I've got to be honest, I built the shadow box as well. And the Batman shadow box to build is very, very good if you wanted something to build and then just get rid of. Because I built the thing and it looked good, but it is an absolute pain in the ass to display. And out the two, I would take this every day of the week over the shadow box, which is a strong statement. But all of these Easter eggs, me and Jay did some lives on this with regards to what we can find. But I mean, all of that layering is so clever because obviously what is not attached here is the front of the garden for Arkham. So you've got all the hidden Easter eggs, the stickers, but it doesn't matter. And it's all the characters that you thought that they would do. But I have noticed they've actually put a dirty sticker on up there. Filthy. But yeah, so you've got all these pieces that are removable. So of course you've got Poison Ivy, you've got Arkham entrance. There's lots and lots of other hidden Easter eggs in it as well. So you'll be able to spot all of them. Of course, you've got the actual car, which is obviously what you can get. But yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removable panels. And as you can see there, when you take that off, you've got all the hidden bits. There is a hidden dick pole. And you have got, obviously, the classic Batman and Robin with all the little bits and pieces up at the top. So, yeah, with regards to just detailing, when it's finished, it kind of just looks like a picture, which is yeah. So if you enjoy the build and you enjoy those little bits and pieces, then I would. I would. Shuba says, "Oh, the shadow box. I missed on that." Because it does, but honestly, and Jay can vouch for me on this, that there is no good place to put it. They could have carried on with it. They could have done something else with it. It was my build of the year for detail, but it's almost like you can't have the front door on it to actually be able to see what it is. It's almost like if it was just the back where the car is and it had all those details on, would have been great. And if they just had it as that, and then it's just yeah. So out the two, this is the one that I would say would be a lot easier for display and everything else. So John says, I saw the original mock of the Batman since about 3 years ago at a Lego show. It was bigger and and had a helicopter flying out the front of it. Oh, so obviously that was obviously the animated one because they use the blimps, don't they, in the animated series? I thought that's how it starts, because obviously that's the Easter egg with the police blimps up at the top. Unless it was a slightly different mock-up from a different... Well, it might be in the animated. I'm sure I can't... I know they had different bits in, but... I know one of the episodes did have a helicopter. Joe would be the one to ask. He's an encyclopedia of Batman and Marvel, so that's not too bad. But no, yeah, I've been really. I even painted my whole wall red just to be able to put that up, just to make it look neat and tidy. So yeah, I know you missed out on that one, but don't you panic too much. Yeah, we're getting there, just hold on, don't worry. Sorry, on the bus, watching the live, that picture is amazing. And yeah, Lego King says he missed out on the shadow box. So Dust Till Dawn, welcome. Don't know what you've been talking about other than it's Batman. Basically, Shibo wants to know, is this worth getting before it retires? I've got it on the wall, and it definitely is. It ticks all the boxes if you just wanted something colourful. Obviously, it's just going to go up massively in price, and that's where it won't be worth it. So I would have liked them to have done a full CMF wave of every single minifigure that they had done, but they didn't. So it was a bit naughty, really, because they teased us with all these things that they could have done, and we didn't get anything for this, but we got a Spider-Verse wave, I guess. So here we go. So John agrees. John says, I don't usually buy the DC stuff, but the Shadow Box is awesome. Fun, but it is. I 100% agree. It's a fantastic build, but it's just a swine to try and display. If you're putting it in a cube and making bits and pieces around it, you laugh. I'm looking at it. The car's brilliant. The minifigures are gorgeous that comes with it. The Catwoman minifigure is just outrageous as well. But out the two, Shibo, I would say, and John, I don't know if John's got this one or not, but out the two, this would be much easier to display. As long as it has got a stand, it is long. You are looking at 1, 2, nearly 4 base plates in length. So as long as you've got the wall space, you'll be good, and then you'll be all right. Well, Dustin Dawn is asking. It's in the poll. It's in the poll. What should be the next build? This is the question. It's not out on the Lego website just yet. Is it going to put? There it is. So yeah, this is a great set. I mean, like the box artwork and things like that. Everything about it is pretty cool. It had a short lifespan, but it has got the. You can't put it in. I mean, you can, but you can't put it in a Billy or a Kallax inside the cubes and have it this much light in, because what they don't show on any of the pictures, and it was really dark when they first did the pictures, is that there's actually like little light vents at the top, which is obviously designed to let light in. But the second you put it underneath anything, it just makes everything really dark. So I've seen it with the light kit. The light kit on this thing looks great. Obviously, there's your figures. There's your car it comes with. And it is one of those sets that, you know, it's just so big. When it's shut, it's fine, but you can't see much. But when it's open, it's huge, as you can see. But we will open the next bag. I will have a quick sip and we'll just crack on, because I will. Let's have a look. So, yeah, Shibo, not like I'm telling you to spend your money, but yeah. So out the two, and I don't know if John would agree. If you just wanted to build to get it sold, obviously the Shadow Box, I would have said from a building experience, because that when I made my top 5 builds of the year, that did win. That was top. So Dust Till Dawn says, well, look at it. It's there. It's in. No mistakes on this one. I mean, I really badly messed it up the other day, but there we go. And Lego King says he's a Batman fan. Well, I think Lego have always done DC dirty. Always. Enjoy getting the groceries in. I'll catch up with you in a minute. I wouldn't buy the Shadow Box, but it looks cool. But I don't know. It just doesn't. Yeah, that's it. It's one of those. Build-wise, it's brilliant. Pen in the backside to display. The artwork, though, obviously, because it's retiring, couldn't agree more with trying to pick that up. So we are on, and obviously we'll keep looking at all the Lego website and doing all these bits and pieces as we are going. We're on bag 36 and 37. 37. And we are building a whole new floor. So we might be getting close to Jay's toilet. Wouldn't that be nice? Because it is going to be called Jay's Toilet. But yes, this is the question of with regards to the poll. I understand the Razor Crest is obviously retiring, but do I want the giveaway instead of the Razor Crest? That's the thing. So it's 60%. This is the highest votes we've ever had in half an hour. So it's 60% for Ninjago, 30% for the Razor Crest, 10% for the Enterprise. So John says, I don't know about the law about the helicopter. Was the arm sticking out like 6 inches and it moved? The mock was probably twice as big, but basically it was saying, oh, amazing, fair enough. So obviously just sort of kind of taken that away and kept everything else flush. It is a nice set though. It is a nice set, that's for sure. Right, so we will first piece. What are we? We are exactly. I don't know if we've got to keep track of how little I do. So we are just about to break the half-hour mark, and I'm putting. That is the first piece. The first piece is on. So we are away, tucked in, locked in. Soon do my best. Yeah, I think it is good looking. But yeah, with regards to your question, Shibo, that is potentially something that now might be going. Obviously, you're going to get. That would be an insider set, I would imagine. The car's massive, though, by the way. So if you've not seen the car built, I've got it just down there. It's huge. Shibo said something. There we go. Well, keep your eyes peeled, Shibo. Keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, because I'm assuming all these bits and pieces are going to be happening. It might go into a sale as well on the Lego website for the US. I have been reading some weird and wonderful things about the Australian website, that they are losing quite a lot of stuff that they haven't had too long, which is a bit of a weird one when they've now just got the largest Lego store in the world. So what that's all about, I don't know. Yeah, so obviously there's. This is from the official Ninjago, official Australian account. So I don't know what that's all about. I have no idea what that is about. So we are looking for. I got an itch. There. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Magic. There we go. Nope. Yes. Hey. Put two pieces together. Check me out. You know what's going to happen? And what I'm about to say, I'm about to run out of space. Because this thing is clearly, because they're all huge pieces, is going to get very, very big, very, very quickly. And it's obviously a whole base of this. So I can't now move this because I've just moved. Well, because I could potentially try and get that back up on the shelf and move that. Dripping. So it is. Yeah, still, it's been caught. Okay. Yeah. So John has said the Razor Crest on 400. Yeah, that's an incredible price. And in all fairness, it was again in the UK in a big sale, but now it seems to be everybody. I don't know the reason why, but the Falcon is the cheapest I've ever seen it. So I don't know what that's to do with, or why they're really pushing that, because obviously that's got it's got a long shelf life. Well, it's had a huge shelf life, shall I say? So I don't know what that is about at all, because I've heard no rumours of that thing being replaced, and I can't imagine anything coming close to replacing that until the Death Star goes and they make a Razor Quest, exactly the same as the Death Star, being so detailed. That's got to be the next thing. That's got to be the next thing that they do. And here I am, struggling to put another Technic pin in the hole. There we go. We did it. Getting bigger quickly. Right, so we're on step 815, page 42, booklet number 3. So John says he would love to catch the Falcon on a big sale. Wow, it's enormous sale over here. So I don't know if you guys and girls are going to get that sale that we're getting, but I have never, ever seen it this cheap, even when it first came out into a sale, because it's a ridiculous amount of money on the Lego website. But we'll use John Lewis as an example, because obviously there are other places that are available, lots and lots of places in the UK, but it's everywhere at the moment, and it's price matched as well. So nope, thought I'd keep it in the background after I'm doing something stupid. So we've got this at the moment, everybody. Huge sale on this. It's impressive looking thing. So you can see 524 it's dropped down to 7 something in the UK, currently in stock online. It's price match, so that's what it is in 3 different places, and you can click and collect and pick it up tomorrow. But this is the instruction booklet. Let me make this very clear to everybody. This is the instruction booklet that is over 1 meter long. So it is a huge instruction booklet. So yeah, we've got that on sale at the moment, and not the Razor Quest. The Razor Quest was in a sale, and then it's now no longer. I haven't checked. Hang on. What's going on with the poll? 60 to 30. Well, 10 votes in at the moment. 60, 30, 10 for the Enterprise. So I'm surprised that the Enterprise isn't up for discussion. I thought we would have had some Enterprise-esque people in there, but obviously I guess it's a bit harsh, because I should have maybe not put Ninjago in for a Ninjago live stream and put something else in. But yeah, it just seemed to be that there is a lot of Ninjago fans. You can't blame them, to be fair, because it is very good. And it's actually quite nice watching something going, they're going to make a Lego set out of that. Oh, that's why they made a Lego set out of that. Everything they've done kind of makes sense. Where are we going with this? There we go. Yeah, so I think there is. I think there's quite a few Ninjago fans on here. This is going to get massive very, very, very quickly. How I'm going to move this thing, I do not know whatsoever. And I don't think there is... I think I did at the start. I don't think there's nothing else new on the Lego website. But what do we think? Because to be fair, I was going to write this instead of the Ninjago. But what do we think of this? Do we like this or not? Because we were obviously talking about the other Batman stuff. This would make quite an interesting live stream build. The only inverted corner does look nice. And of course, we've got all the little Easter eggs on the back. Don't know. How do we start off 2026? Toshiba says, I'm a fan. Then Lego says, oh, they are. They are very, that is, yeah. The only one, I've said this quite a bit now, the only one that is a little bit of a letdown out of everything that they've done with regards to the bigger stuff is obviously the workshop, but I will let them off for that if they're going to redeem themselves with a monumentally epic 15th anniversary set. No pressure or anything, obviously. And then hopefully, again, with that Arkham, they do something else to go with it. Which will also be nice. So, yeah. So Shiba says, not an Arkham fan. Still yet to see it. I'm still yet to see it in person. So went on a big old back order and everything else like that. I just don't know if it would make an interesting live stream. I think everybody's got such mixed opinions on it. So I should be the guinea pig to go and get it, and so I can add it straight into the display. And I have seen, I don't know if Jay is about, but I have seen the Fantastic Four Lego set that is £54 is now down to 35. So that's also another thing to consider for Marvel DC. Well, you say that, but technically this is 16 plus on the box, so I can get away with it. So it's all right. It's all right. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's well, it is the most detailed theme they do. So if you want it from a like adult perspective of just building nice stuff, then this is definitely the theme. Obviously, the smaller sets like the cars and the mechs and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's a different conversation altogether. But the big sets, it's like I would build the Ninjago city all day over the Death Star, the AT-AT, anything Star Wars related all day long. It's almost like it's the next level up from that, which is surprising considering the cost of the Star Wars things. But then they lose the money in Disney tax, don't they? Which is the worst tax in the world. There we go. Looking for this. Found it. Actually, got a bit of a rhythm on. But yeah, that Arkham looks smart. But again, not seen it in person. Not even seen a video of it either, which is a little bit of a shame. So I don't know how it scales with anything else whatsoever. This thing's going to be a whole level on top job, isn't it? So I think this is the toilet. So Jay will be extremely Triggerbricks. Here we go. So look up and there's Triggerbricks. So Triggerbricks says, "Hi Matt, I voted for the Razor Quest." Quest, you know what I meant. I want my friends to work for the Lego company. Show me some of the Lego City pictures again. Oh, hang on. Do you want me to get up the Lego City pictures? I can do that. I want my friends to work for the Lego company. Show me some of the. Oh, okay. Bear with. We'll start off with Arkham because that's what we were looking at before. And then if I drop down to there, let's have a look at the poll. 60-30-10 at the moment. 60-30-10 for the poll. Right. So what city sets is it that you will want to look for? Because we have got Dust Till Dawn is a big, I think he's a big Lego City fan. as is one or two of the others that were in yesterday. But there's no new city. No thing. City. So the delivery truck that still has not been put into a sale. What's the newest? So that is still alive. So you've got the calendar, which we know is the best advent calendar there is. And then, yeah, you've got tons and tons of stuff. But they haven't added anything. There's nothing new just yet. And the donut truck's really, I think a lot of people are picking up that donut truck and everything else like that because obviously it's cheaper at other places. So just let us know what it is you want me to look for, and I can hunt that down for you, no problem whatsoever. We can look for those. That goes there. This is going to be massive if we're putting this amount of support in. So I think I'm going to run out of space quite quickly. Because there's not any small pieces on this at all. Are these going to be the separate rooms or what? He says there's no small pieces on there, as he then picks up the small piece to put on for the detailing. Bridges. Yes, there's all of this layering on layering on layering going on. So there's a lot to it. And again, if you are going to be building anything over the weekend, just let us know. Flop it up on the Lego website, and then we can see what you guys and girls are going to be looking forward to and getting tucked in. And of course, if you are thinking of buying anything, a bit like what Shiba was doing with regards to the animated artwork, we can get that up on the Lego website, and then we can just see exactly what's what. So I did indeed. Quest sounds better, although I still think you need to pick it up before it ties. So here, so you're the third one to say that now. Jay and Richard both say the same thing. I just don't know if I had the money, if I should go for that or get the really important set as it comes out with the giveaway, and then use the money also for something else, because there's a bit of a price difference between the two, even if the Razor Crest, whatever it'll be, goes into the sale. I'm trying not to give Disney any money, but I would get the Falcon if the price was right. Well, I got that annoyed with Disney, John, and Jay can vouch for me for that I actually sold all my original Star Wars stuff, including the Falcon, because of what they did to the Legoland parks. And I thought it was so disgusting. And I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with it whatsoever. And here we are. So it didn't go well. It's kind of weird that adding another Lego City recycling truck, and we just got one in 2023. I've just heard something get stuck to my sleeve. I heard that drop. I don't know what it was. It might be in that bit. Very true. Well, things are, some of those sets do go for good. I haven't seen the list for the Lego City stuff yet. Oh well, I'm glad you're in, Shibo, because we were talking about this last time you weren't in. The day we spoke about the Orient Express and about it being potentially the big set that goes into the actual sales. So let's have a look. With regards to, is it going to be the set that goes in double points, or is it going to be the set that does whatever it does? And literally sat down, watched the Enterprise next generation about half hour later, and the second to last, is it the second to last episode? Third. It's the third to last ever episode that they did. They have a like a cybernet attack, a bit like what they do in Terminator. And the whole episode is based in the Orient Express train. So you could get yourself the Orient Express train with the Enterprise as it swings around. So you could do something. You could do something like that if you wanted to. And I would be all in for that to see you do that display. Even if you have to pay 50-60 for the giveaway in the future, the increase on the Razor Quest would be more than that if you get phone one later on. Very true. Yeah, that is very true. We also have, if you want to look at the new Lego City list, you have to go through. Okay, fair enough. I'll have to hunt them down and see. They've got to be coming out soon. They've got to be, because I think they're just going to, there's so many sets between now and December. And of course, they're going to give breathing space for what is potentially going to be obviously the modular, the Stranger Things and stuff. All of these smaller waves will just get spat out very, very quickly. And they also had a dispute with the YouTube TV, so all the channels were pulled. I hope they didn't bring them back. Well, yeah, that's how Disney lost track of everything, didn't they, for a while? And I think they're panicking a little bit. I had this conversation with Jay many moons ago that they're going to be careful when the theme parks start getting quiet. And here they are, getting quite quiet. So they went far too one way. Now they're probably going to go far too the other, and they might get their balance back. But as long as they actually give us some decent content, that would be nice. How about we start with that, and then move forward with everything else. That's all we can hope for. Is that another bridge? It's another bridge piece. Another bridge piece. Is that the bit I knocked off? No, I don't think so. No. I've got it. It's often really bizarre. One page, hardly any pieces. Next page, 10, 15 bits that are going on this. Amazing. So Matthew says, yeah, now all the Lego City themes, now they want to display, are going to go back, bring back the old themes again. Yes, there we go. So, yeah, Matthew is the king of all the Lego City knowledge bits and pieces. Did you obviously manage to get both the sets that you went for yesterday? Did you get the Goonies, or did you not manage to get it? So Jay says, if it makes you feel better, my movie NECA backtracking bill was more than the Razor Quest. Well, it sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. So, yes, I can see where you're all coming from. I can see where you're all coming from. But is it a thing that looks good on display, or is it just a thing that is enjoyable to build? That's another thing from anybody that has obviously built it and got it and everything else. That bit. There's a lot of gold elements, a lot of gold bricks being used in this. Nice. So Matthew says, I got that one yesterday. The only one I didn't have, so it's the donut that you couldn't get, but you got the Goonies, and you got the tow truck on the shelf. Fair enough. So YouTube TV. So John was saying about Disney. YouTube TV is kicking because we don't have that over here. We have got something. I think we did have Hulu was part of Disney at one point. So Yeah, Disney being Disney, it's all good fun. But yeah, I didn't like what they did to the to all the Legoland walkthrough attractions with all the huge bits, and yeah, wasn't fun. Wasn't fun. But all those models that they had to get rid of. But it is what it is. Business is business. So Jay is doing a huge backtracking mission at the moment. Yeah, still thinking, but no, I don't know. I just don't know if the Enterprise would be would the Enterprise be more enjoyable build than the Razor Quest? That is also up for discussion, but of course I don't know anybody that's got both, so it's a little bit difficult to try and compete with that. So you can see how this is all coming together with all those bits and pieces on the top, and we've got more of those bits to add on over here. So Matthew said, I'm really excited for the new Lego City Airport next. So how big is this airport, Matthew? Do you know? Again, not seen the city stuff is one of the only things I've not seen anything of at all. Not seen any of anything. So there's another long length. Lots of long lengths. I think I've used so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different gold bricks. I think that's all of those pieces. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people queuing outside the front of the Lego store on the 1st of January. And I can just see people not being able to get certain stuff because, of course, the poll was an absolute clear winner yesterday for the CMF minifigures, and they are the ones that sell really, really strongly. So if they're just going to do some good CMF waves next year, they'll sell out of them straight away, and you're not going to be able to get your hands on them. So you are literally best off just buying a box. And I would imagine those people that buy a box will put one in the picture frame, they'll put another one in their city, and then you're good to go. Yeah, it's true. So John says, any pictures you see are probably not of the real sets. Yeah, I've not seen anything. I don't know anything about any of them. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure or sold on any of them. I don't know anything about it at all. So I have seen some stuff, but I've just not seen much. So I don't go looking for it either. I don't tend to go looking for it. But we are now in that period of where it's going to get emotional quickly, I would imagine, with regards to all of the sets that are going to be coming out. Because there's going to be a lot of them. A lot of them. So yeah, what we four levels in now in the thickness, just to make sure it's strong enough. I'm not going to be all floppy. I think that's all of those. So we're now on step 832, page 54. But yeah, they're still doing the same thing. Lots and lots of big plate. So it's what, 8 studs, and then you've got 16 studs. You've got them. 1, 2 of those. Then a big curve. Then a long length. Another big curve. And another long length. Amazing. Oh, amazing. So Matthew says, get a new Lego City Airport fire truck, which is more pricey than the old one. Yeah, so the fire truck, they haven't done one of those fire trucks for a while. So I have always found it a little bit strange that we have had quite a lot of different aeroplanes and helicopters, for that matter, with not even the opportunity for people to buy a terminal, because when the last time they did a terminal must have been the year before last. And that terminal was only small. The only big actual airport I can remember was from years ago, when you got 4 or 5 base plates where you could make the runway, and then you could go through and go into there. So Shibo has said something. Shibo says, come here, the next poll for the top 4 Lego sets of the year in each category. Yes. Okay, we can do that now. Let's do that now, shall we? Let's start it. We'll start it off because you guys and girls are here. So, top 4 Lego sets of the year of each category. Yeah, we could start doing that. 3 trains. Well, I think people are after them. So yeah, Jay started this off yesterday, didn't he? So you can blame Jay for this with regards to him wanting to do like the ultimate minifigure poll. So like the best minifigure ever, or the best Lego set ever, wasn't it? So I'm afraid the poll's finished on that then, and we are Ninjago takes it. So what category on its ranking in the polls, you collect the points and make it top 4 of the sets of the year. So what category should I do? What should we start? The first category, what are we basing it on? Are we basing it on Marvel sets? We're going to base it on, we could go horrible and do icons ideas, and then the winner goes through to the next round. Is that the kind of thing you're thinking of, Shibo? I will get the poll. Yeah, we can do another poll. So we'll do the best set of 2025, and we're going to go for ideas, icons round. Ooh, best set of 2025 Lego ideas / icons round. On its ranking in the polls, and you can let the points and make it the top set. Oh, fair enough. Come with the next polls of the top 4 Lego sets of the year in each category, like building experience. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now that makes sense. So we will do 4 sets from the ideas icon range, but base it on one of those and then work out the ranking overall. Okay, we could try it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a multiple round thing. Don't know how I'm going to be able to write that. We've only got 4 options for a poll. If you've got any ideas of how I can actually write that in the poll, I can do it. is we either have it as it covers all of that stuff that Shibo was saying on here. So Shibo asks, can we have the next polls for the top 4 Lego sets of the year in each category, like building, experience, display value, play experience, etc. And each set in the polls gets points depending. So if we choose, we're going to have to do the same 4 sets every time for it to be fair. I'll let you pick 4 sets for each category and vote for it. Yeah, okay. But we would have to do the same 4 sets depending on for each category, won't we? Or it's just random, or we do it for random and we add it up, and then we almost do like a knockout tournament, and it's just be a long way around. Okay, we can do that. So we will do this. We'll do a display. I like display value. We'll do a display value poll first. Okay. What? Oops. Right, you got 4 sets coming at you. I need 1 more set. And it's got to be from 2025. I know what I could do. Just something really random. Right. So best set of 2025. And the first bit is what looks best on display. And then we can start to do it that way. Right. See if this is what you mean, and we'll go from there. We're away. It's live. It's live. Just 4 random sets. 4 random sets. Right, it's up. It's on. And the game has begun. So we can now do a rundown, I guess, until December 2025, and we can work out the ultimate set. Are we going to do a winner stays on, or do they get a second chance in a different category? The winner gets what, 10 points? We're going to do like 1 point for the wooden spoon, 10 points for the winner, and then just figure it out from there. Yeah, that makes sense, Shibo. I get that. Yeah, it's going to be we'll do it over a long period of time, and we'll just keep a running list and a running tally. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So we can do that. That makes sense. So I'm always going to throw a spanner in the works for a set as well. That's what we'll do. Like, it'll be something completely different scale. Well, we will be coming back around to the same category. We will redo the category again. So there'll be 4 different sets in that category. So can't just necessarily pick the one that's going to, that's going to win. That's why I threw the Game Boy in there. And it's already hit 50-50 for the Game Boy. So I thought, just throw a spanner in the works. Just 4 completely different scales. And then we'll work out the pointing. So I'll write it down. And then, yeah, we can see, because I've seen the Game Boy in hand, and it's a tough contender. It is a tough contender. And also it's also a tough contender for probably a build experience as well. So that could be an interesting one. I would imagine the Black Pearl should do quite well on this. It looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race straight away, because it's Black Pearl versus Game Boy for what looks best on display. We're going to see how this one unfolds over a period of time. That's going to be an interesting. I don't think the Death Star's got a chance, to be honest, but I'll throw it in there and see what everybody thinks of. But yeah, Trickle Bricks, we'll do multiple rounds, multiple sets. Yeah, we can do 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if it's a draw, we'll just give them 2 2s for a third place if it's a tie. So yeah, we can do that. We can do that. That's not a problem. Question is, to keep it fair, how long do I keep the poll on the screen for? Do we do 1 poll per live, or do we do multiple polls in the live, and each poll's on the screen for the same amount of time? So it does depend on who is viewing it at that time. So we'll have to keep the rules. Have to keep the rules the same for everybody. It's only fair. 5 votes after 3 minutes, and it's 60-40 Black Poll versus Game Boy. So even the Game Boy comes second. I mean, overall over all 4 categories, I think it's going to be a strong. It's going to be a strong thing. Well, yeah, it sucks. So this is what you're here for, Jay. This is what Jay is here for. Jay is going to be in charge of keeping the point system in our tally. We're going to end up having, we'll say, 2 rounds of 4 of the same category, and we'll do 4 rounds. We'll do 8 rounds. That gives us 16-32. That would be a 32 playoff then, and then we can start putting again in there. Ooh. Oh, Shibo, we've got competitive. We can do 1 per live. Okay, 1 per live. Game on, game on, game on. So we'll do 4 categories. We'll do each category twice with different sets in, work out who's winning, and then do the exact same thing as a lucky dip. And we could always do top versus bottom winners and see who wins that. So really, you've just got to just win 1 to get through. We could do a backup one as well. Ooh. Yeah, because okay. But it's not going to get serious until. So John says, "Sorry, I like the Game Boy, but it's probably not even a top 5." Well, this is just from a display perspective, just a display perspective of what's come out in 2025. Shiva says, "But we have to be done before the year ends." Yep. So every live stream we will do it. And I think we should have enough time. We should have enough time because we'll put. The only way that we can actually keep it fair is that if, without making it too complicated, because we don't like it being too complicated, we pick basically 16 sets, and each set gets put into a poll twice. So we do each thing twice, and then we go from there. So Triggerbrick says, next 4 sets for display, be Slave 1, Soundwave, got. Oh, there we go. That'll be the next one. I'm going to take a photo of that. And that saves me doing it. So that'll be the two done for display purposes. Yeah, so we'll give love to 16 sets. So with those 4, we need another 8 sets that we can put into the mixer and just have a bit of fun with. So yeah. Like this game. Hope you got your pen and paper out, Jay. There's going to be some, like you said, there's maths involved. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good call, Triggerbricks. That is a good call. So yeah. So that's the 8 sets for the display round. Ooh. We'll figure it out overall. Yeah, if each set has 2 opportunities. That's it. 2 opportunities, and then you can put down into like the last 30, because it'll be the last 32, last 16, semi-finals, final, and the final 4. That's how it will be. Simple and as easy as that. He says, trying to remember who's what, but I've actually got a notepad beside me, and we can see. I can write it all down. Hello, pumpkin. Okay. I know it's a bit messy there. Let's try up, straight back down the loft ladders, because I've got that set on the floor. Yeah, that's it. We'll just make sure each sets. We'll just have to do it each set twice, I think, or maybe 3 times, depending on how quickly we can get them in. So yeah, we'll do a full blown like best set of the year knockout over just a couple of different things. It's either going to be 4 categories or 5 categories. Do each category a couple of times, mix and match it. It's either the other way to make it. You have to do. If you have 4 categories, we'd have to have 16 sets going up against each other 4 times. So we do these 4 sets again differently and again differently and again differently and work out after those 4 rounds which is the best one for those. Then do it again for the other 4 sets and another 4 sets and another 4 sets and then put all the winners and losers together. That's the only way. That's the only other way we can do it. But we'll work it out. It's just a good bit of fun. Good bit of fun. I mean, let's be honest. It takes me. Hello. I wonder where all your space has gone. She's found a shelf. She's found her shelf, so that's all right. Right, making the bridge. Is there a second bridge on this? So John says the pirate. So for this one, well, it depends if we then start doing like value or minifigures or something. So we'll see, because the poll at the moment, with regards to who's in this chat, are saying something completely different to what John thinks, because the Goonies is getting smashed by the Game Boy at the moment. So we will see. We will see. I think that's probably the easiest way of doing it, Shibo. We'll just do the same 4 sets against each other for 4 categories and then change the sets again. So the next 4 sets. So get them in. We'll might as well. I'm going to write them down now. So Trickle Bricks has said these are the 4 sets that should go against each other for display purposes, but we'll also put those 4 sets against each other for 3 other categories. So pick 4 more sets at random that could just go against each other. And I will write them down if I have a pen. I'm normally organised, but I don't know if I actually have a pen. I have my notebook. Do I have a pen? If not, I will just take a picture. Might just have to take a picture. Yeah, it will just turn into a round robin eventually once you've all done it on the point system, and then we can put like the pirate ship up against something else, and the Goonies ship in second place will against the other seconds, and then we just have like an ultimate thing. So you can easily do a knockout stage. So John says no matter the category. So in John's eyes, he is saying the 3 best sets of the year is Goonies. Is clearly going to be 1, 2, 3 for Goonies, Death Star, and the pirate ship. Well, we'll see, John. We will see what happens. So at the moment, even though it's no matter the category, we have not got a single vote for the Goonies. So it'll be interesting to see how this kicks off. But the Goonies does have another opportunity in the next round and the round after that. And yeah, so that's how we'll do it. So it'll be fair. It will be fair, but doing it this way, obviously with these 3 sets, it will get split up in the round robin. So, yep. So that could be, you could just put those 3. You could just put 4 of those together, and then we basically need 8 more sets. That's what we can do. So we got 4 rounds of 4. Each thing goes up 4 times. And then that'll give us a clear winner, loser. You've then got 4 best ones you could put together, 4 middle, 4 second, 4 last, which will give each one a last chance opportunity. And it'd be interesting to see what your vote is against the points as well. So yeah, we could do it on the point system, because I can just put the 4 highest point sets against each other in the final, and then you guys and girls can make your decision of basically what wins overall. So yeah, So we've got Django, Slave One, Soundwave, the Dragon, and Gizmo is going to be 4 against each other. So we just need 2 more lots of 4. And then we can have a really good little competition. And so get them in. Get your ideas in, what we should put against each other. I'll take the photos and we'll be away. You can be horrible if you wanted to and put 2 of the same against each other, which means they won't face each other later on. We could potentially put Arkham in, but I don't think it's ever had a vote in its life. I don't think that's ever had a vote. Oh, I might have done. It might have had one. Might have had a sympathy vote from somebody. But yeah, putting those up against each other early, they're just gonna have to keep battling against each other, and see by the end of round 4 who was where. And because I'm going to be doing, we'll have enough time. We'll have enough time with the map. I'm doing it 4 live streams a week, so we'll get through each category. So yeah, we'll be done by Christmas. We'll be done around Christmas time. Will actually be the end date. So yes, very, very good. Now don't forget, I do put the poll up about 2. Normally, I can put the poll up about 2 hours before I go live as well. So if you can't make the live stream but you want to cast your vote, then you've got to do it in that, and we could potentially change it in the comment section, but that'll get too much. So we're just going to do it. You have to be here for the live, take part in that, and go. And we'll do it on every set that's obviously out. Now we could. Can we do throw? No, we'll keep it to Lego City, Lego own. We won't do any Bricklink sets or anything, because that just then gets even more complicated with who's bought what, when, and why. And it's amazing how people's perspective is different. And yeah, I like it. So yeah, I guess like Trickle Brick says, we need to come up with 1 Marvel or DC. We need to come up with a City, a Harry Potter set, and something else to go against each other for the 3rd round. And you've got all the way back till January if you wanted to do that. Because don't forget, the Shire is up for discussion. It might win a couple of categories. I think it might get smashed. I think if it was the Rivendell or the Eyeball, but that is the set that's come out this year. Yeah, I'm looking around going, there's actually quite a few. It could be quite a bit of a fruity competition. Could be a fruity competition, because I guess there is the opportunity for something as simple as the Ninjago boat could be up for discussion. The workshop came out this year. That was a 2025 set. Yeah, Ninjago workshop came out this year. So that could be a big Ninjago set. So we could put then Ninjago workshop versus the Shire. Right, I'll see if I can. I'm going to write a post, and that way I can take a photo. So the Shire. If I hit enter, is it going to send it? Yes. Bugger. Didn't want that to happen. So the Shire. Ninjago workshop. The Shire Ninjago workshop. Well, see, some people love the Shire, some people hate it, but that would make a very interesting thing, because if we went by value, it might get smashed, but then it might win the display. Obviously, we're going to do John's favourite and have to put minifigure thing in there for a category, because that would make it a bit fruity for especially the poll that's up at the moment. The only problem is that's where the Game Boy wouldn't win, because there's no minifigures included, so you couldn't vote for that one. So if it came with an exclusive Game Boy minifigure instead of the cartridges, maybe it would have been a little bit better. Oh, I know what we could put in. That'd be horrible. Mario. Oh, I've got a fruity one for this. I've got the Shire going up against the Ninjago workshops, going up against the Mario Kart. I just need one more. I need to think of one more. So feel free to jump in. Yeah, we could give Technic some love. We could. But I just don't think it would be fair on the Technic. That's the only thing. It is a fantastic. That's very true. But then it wouldn't really go up, because if we're going to try and do it with other bits, because you couldn't really compare the building experience and things for that, because it's it's obviously different elements, isn't it? So I guess for the Lego City set, yeah. So John's, so it's going to be interesting for you, John, because you know exactly what you're going to be voting for when it comes out with the other stuff. Because the Lego City truck came out this year, so we need one very strong Lego City set to be added into the poll. Now, the only set that I know of that has yet to go into a sale is the long Lego City Juggernaut. At the moment, the Goonies is getting smashed. So what looks best on display? Death Star, Black Pearl, Game Boy. 43, 43, 14. So, and we've had a good few votes coming in on that now. So yeah. It's a tough one. What category? If I go, I'm going to shop by, just doing it behind the scenes. Oh, I know what we can do. I know what I do. I will. I'm going to go really, really different. Really different. Because that way, if I do this, for the one that's missing, it's up for huge discussion then. So I'm going to do the Shire. The Shire. Mario Kart, and then right. That's the next. I've got one that's very different price points. I've got these four. So we could do, because one's a display piece again, like the Game Boy. Trickle Bricks came up with a display piece in the other poll as well. So that might be the four that go against each other. And then don't forget, the winner of each one will go against the winner of this one. So it basically means that out of what this one is, what we're doing now, because obviously if we have technically put like the best three sets potentially of the year against each other, this won't come in second and third, because obviously we're going to put the top against each other, and then it'll be first, second, third, fourth as the winners. So yeah, you're gonna have to. It's a horrible way of doing it, but there's no other way of doing it, because we won't have time for like a second chance round robin. That's the only fair way of doing it, but we can't do it. So I'm going to take a photo of that as well. So we need then, guys and girls, from everybody, 4 more sets to go against each other. 4 more sets to go against each other. Well, you got to do that in the next poll, Shibo. You can't vote for that now. So because the Shy is going up against the other bits and pieces. So yeah, you can't vote for that one just yet. You're gonna have to wait. But like if the Shy does win, it's going to go up against what is potentially winning now, for example. Oh, that's a great shout, Trickle Bricks. Yes. Okay. So yes, that is 100%. Sorry, Sonic. So what we're doing is we're making a new round robin. So what we're doing is we're going to do 4 rounds of categories with 4 sets per round, and then the overall winner by Christmas we're going to put against each other. So what I need is just 4 good strong sets. That's all I need now. 4 big strong sets. So John says no City or Harry Potter sets in the running. The Game Boy just gets an honourable mention. Well, we need a City set and a Harry Potter set for the last round, if you want to put one of those in, because we have got at the moment the T-Rex has definitely made it. So we've got 3 rounds so far. The 3 rounds is, and obviously they're in 4. We've got the Shy Ninjago Workshop, Mario Kart, and Holiday Express. So we've got these 4 will go against each other over 4 different categories, and then Trickle Bricks came up with a strong 4 up top, which is these 4. So again, you've got Transformers, Star Wars, Ninjago, and a Gizmo. So that's another display piece. And the last 4, I need. Oh, yes, that's a fair shout. That came. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So I know John despises that set, but I know other people love it. So the T-Rex, I tell you what, that's my set of the year. That's my winner. I'm not going to lie. That is a gorgeous set. I was looking around the whole room as well, and it's there. I forget about that set and how amazing that is. So yes, okay, I need 2 more then, guys and girls, please. So we have got, and again, John, if you can think of a good Harry Potter contender for 2025, let me know. Let me know. Because we, at the moment, we could trade a set. Don't get me wrong. These aren't 100% set in stone. Right, there we go. So we are going to do. So, well, this is what the point of the competition is, because some people think it's the worst modular made and other people love it. So we will see. But we are putting up the Tudor corner is see, there we go. Is exactly this is exactly what's going to make this poll fantastic. But I'm telling you now, the Tudor corner is going to go up against the T-Rex, and I'm sorry, but that T-Rex is going to annihilate it in the display vote. So this is a fantastic idea, Shimo. This is a great bit of fun. This is amazing. Right, so we need final round then. We're happy with the 3 that we've done so far. The T-Rex we'll class that as the display bit. Obviously, it comes with the minifigure, so it's got a bit of advantage over the other 3. But we are going to do big T-Rex. That's in 100% locked in. We're going to do the Tudor corner because I think that is just such a interesting one. And so we can't class the Enterprise. Oh, we can, but it's not fair on the Enterprise really, because it's not really out long enough. So this poll is starting from today. We could try and put the Enterprise in, but we could potentially do that as an honorable mention. So to make it fair, whoever makes it into the final 4 sets of the year through our own voting system, we will also include the Enterprise and just see, because none of us are going to have it long enough to build it. It's not fair. It's not, by the time the categories have come out, it will just run on. So we will give the Enterprise an honorable mention at the very, very end. Now, Jay, are you ready? Jay looks fuming. He's in. I don't even. This is going to be incredible.
Well, I don't even know. I've had to interrupt my maneuvers here because I've just read Tudor corner is overrated. What bollocks am I listening to here?
I love this. Is going to be a fantastic poll, but I'm sorry if we are going to get into this discussion of how good the Tudor corner is, which for some people it is, for some people it isn't. You cannot look at me now with a clear face after seeing the T-Rex in person and say the Tudor corner looks better on display.
It does.
Oh, this is going to be a fantastic competition. We've got a four-way battle over 4 categories, and it is going to be amazing.
We are British.
We're
British.
That T-Rex is the build of the year. There's nothing because don't forget this is the amazing thing that Sheba's come up with. So I'm glad you're here to help with this. So 4 categories we need for 4 sets. We've got what looks best on display. We're going to have to do one by value. We're going to have to do one for build experience, which is going to be difficult for people because we'll have to say, what do you think is going to be the best build experience? Because we don't all have these sets, but we are going to need one more category. So what other category can we do?
I'm not even listening. I'm just walking about Tudor Corner. What are we talking about? There was out of all the modulars they've ever made, there was it's British. It's got a pub. It's got a bloody haberdashery, which is the greatest word in the British.
This is Jay's favourite ever modular, and I'm like,
no,
I've not got it. I've not got it.
No, it's got a chimney suite. You've got Tudor nest. It's absolutely beautiful.
So
I'm assuming the Americans
we're literally split on this because people are agreeing with you. They're saying that it's clearly target audience is British folks who love a pint, and I fall under both. So Jay's with you on that one as well. Me and Triggerbread are trying to keep it simple. We just need 2 more. So if we can come up with 2 more, we're locked in for a 16 battle of set of the year. So I've got this is a hell of a category because we've got the big T-Rex, the Tudor Corner, and we've got the Fortnite mech. Now, do we put the Fortnite mech into this?
You've got a lot of sets to discuss here for sets of the year. In the start of November, you better get a move on, son.
Well, yeah, well, we're only we've got 4 categories of 4 sets in each. So we need 2 more sets. 2 more sets to lock it in for the sets of the year. So in case everybody doesn't wonder, to be honest, well, I think the Game Boy is a fair shout because again, you like the Game Boy, Kiara likes the Game Boy. It made, it's a nice set. So I think the poll that's running at the moment, they're 4 strong sets and they're different. I wouldn't change any of them really to swap any of them out for something else. So I think that's fair. So I think the 4 that are running, it is up for discussion for the Game Boy, but then it seems to be absolutely smashing the poll. So it's 50-50 at the moment with the Black. Well, it's not. Black Pearl's 50, Game Boy's 38, Death Star's 12. So yeah, and the Goonies is 0.
I did vote for the Game Boy because the Game Boy on the shelf looks like an actual Game Boy. Have it displayed next to an actual Game Boy.
Yeah,
and it looked exactly like an actual Game Boy. Even scale-wise on here, there was
Nigel is saying, I think Arkham Asylum's right now. Right, so I think in the final category...
I'm not a fan of the stickers, don't get me wrong.
But I think, again, if you put the Tudor Corner with a big T-Rex, because they're horrible categories, because you know full well that what 4 you put together is not going to be, if there's 2 of your favourite sets in there, unless it comes second on all 4, it's not going to make it to the final. So with our point system, I have built about 12 pieces and I love it.
You've cooked up an entire point system. Get John's comment up on the screen. It's got 3 floors and it looks like 3 different buildings, which is true. But that's the point. I could literally walk down this street, down to my local high street, and I have that exact building.
It's very true.
Outside my work office, that pub with that building, that is what the building looks like in our local Shire area. That is why it is the most perfect building you will ever see. It may mean nothing to American architecture, but to classic British architecture, that set is 100% absolutely perfect when it comes to the way it looks on display.
Right. Before Jay carries on. So I know where John's coming from with this, though, because John has said this before. So this is new information to Jay, but John has said that this is almost the smallest modular that they've done, because he says it's less than half a base plate in square footage, and there's more sidewalks and weighted space than there is in building. So I know where he's coming from, only because I've had this conversation with him already, but I am enjoying watching the shock on Jay's face, which is brilliant. So as Jay is just thinking about it, everybody else,
I have the power. I'm going to use my power. There we go.
I need one more set.
I've had to use my spanner.
No, get him. That's not fair. Get him back in.
God, I've timed him out for a minute. He's gone for a minute. There we are.
No, don't do that to John.
Go on and do it.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I need one more set. One more set. So Trickle Brick says 3-in-1 castle. Lego King says, Jay, I'm broke. Okay.
I agree. I agree. I'm also broke.
Right. So for everybody that is joining and jumping in and coming back out again and everything else, we have got 3 categories already. We've got the one that is running, which is fine. We've got the one that I have just written up on the screen, and then we've got the one that Trickle Bricks came up with as well. So there are a few very, very strong sets in those. I will write in a second. Once we've got the last set in this, I will rewrite all 4 in 4 categories. And if we think one set needs to be replaced, we can replace it. But what set do we put in last? I need one more set. That's it. And it's tough because you got to go all the way back to January. And I didn't even think of the modular, nor did I even think of the T-Rex. It came out so long ago.
Have you thought of Soundwave?
It's in. That's in. That's in a hell of a category.
Trickle Bricks. There we go. Yes. Tudor had an amazing modular. Team Tudor Corner here.
Well, let's be honest. At the moment, because we've got some very, very tough categories, but the Tudor Corner is going up against Arkham and the big T-Rex. So we need one more. John's come back. I'll station in Germany. Poor John. Defend yourself, John. It's fine. Don't worry. But I do need one more set. Now, in all fairness, John has said we haven't mentioned a Harry Potter. So I think potentially what we might do in the one that I wrote with regards to the Winter Village, we could swap that out for a Lego City set and then put a Harry Potter set in this one. But Jay, you've been collecting the Harry Potter stuff. So out of any good Harry Potter set from this year, because John is a Harry Potter fan, what is the Harry Potter set we should put in this final 4?
I would put in the main tower. What's it called?
Very
tall. Very tall. Okay. There was the
main tower.
I don't think Hogsmeade is going to be winning much this year, so I'd go for
right. So the big 4 then. We've got the one that's running, and then we'll go back up to Trickle Bricks, and I'll copy and paste that. And if I can get them all 4 back to back, it'll make it a little bit easier. Because that's the category I wrote: the Shire Ninjago Workshop, Mario Kart, and the Holiday Express train. Now we could swap the Holiday Express train for a Lego City set, and the only Lego City set I can think of is the Juggernaut truck, which has not yet gone into a sale.
Yeah, you've got the big thing this year was that big tower thing when they had all.
Yeah, but that's a load of absolute shite. So that's not going to get a mention at all. But the truck came out this year.
You get the Holiday Express train either. So
no, that's it. That's a load of crap. But it was only I only put it in my category because I didn't think anybody else was going to do a Winter Village set. The only thing that could be an honourable mention is the big Christmas tree. But the Holiday that's the weakest set. I think the Holiday Express train's the weakest set out of all of them that we've done.
The Christmas tree looked better in person when we saw it, but it was rather pricey.
Yeah. So we need then one more set. I'm going to run and get a pen, and I'm going to write all these down. So I'm going to get a pen. John says, have you actually measured the assembly square? It's a base plate and a half, isn't it, the assembly square?
Yeah, it's base plate and a half.
Yeah, base plate. It's a big thing. Base plate and a half for that one. So yeah, it's a huge thing. Right. So the other one that Trickle Bricks said, this is Jay would have missed this when he was having a slight heart attack and seizure, is I need to come up for Trickle Bricks' comment and find them. So I don't know if we added them. Is there anything Marvel related that's worth a mention, or we're just going to go with DC? Because I think the DC set's been better than Marvel this year, hasn't it?
Are you just going sets, or are you including the CMF wave of Spider-Man?
Well, it depends what's in it, because obviously if we do a CMF wave, it's not going to win anything else, is it? Potentially.
Oh, you've got a We've got super chat.
We've got super chat. Hang on, bear with. Right, so this is the other category. Next 4 sets is we've got Soundwave going up against the Slave 1 against the big green dragon that you like, and Gizmo. So that's a tough 4-way as well. So who's left a super chat? Unlicensed Bricks. I'm back in the chat. Everyone like the stream. Thank you very much indeed. And that is extremely kind, Unlicensed Bricks as well. So that is amazing. Thank you very much indeed. I will be back to grab a pen. Trucker Bricks has just made a good point, swapping it for the gingerbread 8080 instead of the express train.
I've got a pen. Would you like me to give it to you? There you go.
I will have to do that pen trick in a second, unless you can write all these down for me, Jay, and then give them to me after.
You have got a laptop. It does have Notepad on it. You can just use that.
Yeah, but does it? I don't know if it does.
Type in Notepad to the
screen down. That's a problem.
It'll come up.
Hang on. Oh, it does.
It's Windows. Yeah. We're living in the modern age now.
Broken that. Just broken that. Right. So, round number 1. No, that can stay. That can stay off. So, are we happy with what's up and running at the moment? These 4 are fair enough. Did the Quinjet come? So Nigel says Quinjet was a good set. Did the Quinjet come out this year? Because there is the only Marvel ship I can think of actually is the original Guardians of the Galaxy with the original crew.
The ship I bought this year was the little one from the Captain America film, but I can't remember a Quinjet this year.
No, I don't think the Quinjet was. That's we could redo this for the best set of all time, and we could actually start that in January.
We don't even need to discuss that, do we? It's Barador, and I'll see you later.
Just think, because what we could do then, and I think this would be the best way of doing it, is you just put all the Ninjago sets against each other, all of the Lord of the Rings against each other, all of the same category against each other, and then when we get a winner of all those categories, just put those sets against each other as a round robin. So that's a great thing to think of.
For years to come, son.
So it's hard, yeah, exactly. It's hard to think of sets when they're outside what's being said, because I think they're great sets. Others might agree with. Yeah, very, very true. Oh, the new Quinjet was this year. Was he? Oh, was it?
Oh, you've got the Lego website. Let's have a look. We've both forgotten it.
I'm lost. Hang on. Quinjet. Oh, it was the Age of Ultron Quinjet, was it? Was that this year? Pass.
Yeah, so what the chat is saying, Age of Ultron. I think Nigel just mentioned that down there. Got a vote in the Italian Riviera. And Licensed Bricks is looking for more Ninjago leaks.
Oh yes, that's a good shout. We didn't even get to that bit. So yeah, we'll have to finalize this in a second.
That just passed me by.
Yeah, that passed me by as well. But that's the one that. So is this replacing anything? So we will lock in each round, but I'm going to have to get a pen because I can't do this on a notepad and speak to everybody at the same time, because I can't see everything. So, Jay, entertain.
He needs a second monitor, so I will entertain you. He now has to run down the entire ground floor of the house. I'm assuming.
No, I don't. I've got a pen here.
We've got one there. That was the shortest bit of entertaining I've ever done. And on that note,
you can carry on entertaining.
Because I've got to move a load of stuff. So I've got guests in the morning, and the house is in a mess.
Fair enough. Well, have you unbanned poor John?
Yes, we had a 1 minute timeout. I can do it. My spanner allows me for 24 hours.
Oh, well, so Jay's going to go and he'll be in the background, and when he's in the background, he will still have the power. But I'll let him.
Hear any more rage, I'll be back.
All right. Well, I want you got to come back before I go.
Have fun, everybody.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for jumping in. Right, this is fantastic. So, Shibo, thank you very much for coming up with this. So, right, I have the official notepad, pen, and paper. So, we either start off, obviously, as we know how this is going to work. We've got 4 sets going in times 4 rounds. So, we need, obviously, 4 rounds, which is great. The first round has the potential to be what we are doing now. Do we keep these 4 or do we tag one out? Because I am seeing the Italian Riviera is a very good shout. So we could potentially swap that for something like the Goonies, because if no, I know it's new, but we could. We've got the New Age of Ultron. Is that worth throwing in for anything whatsoever? We've also got loads and loads of comments coming in. My top 3 no order. So Somrax, top 3 no order is Tudor Corner, Shuttle Aircraft Carrier, and the Game Boy. But they all fall into. No, that makes sense. This is exactly what this is about. This is supposed to be a very, very strong thing. Lego King says hello. So I know, don't worry. So you guys misunderstand me. I've got the Tudor Corner and it looks okay, but everyone acts like it's the best set ever. It's not. Everyone, though, the museum was when it came out. Yeah, we've had this conversation already, but the funny thing is, it's literally Jay's favorite ever set. So that has made my night. Right, so Tricklebricks makes a good point. Do we swap the winter train for the AT-AT? That we will. Yes, we will. That's what we'll do. Lego King says sorry, he's at work. That's all right. Hello to Lego King. Well, I can keep this comment on the screen. He was losing, so he timed me out. Yeah, he's got the power of the spanner, John, and I've never ever used it. So, right, coming down. Lego King says yes, it is. And Licensed Bricks, thank you very much again for your generosity. And he's never seen Star Wars, so don't you panic about that. I would like the Gumball machine. That's a good shout. And also, we have got another one from So I've caught up. I have official notepad, pen, and paper. And are we changing anything whatsoever? There he is, Mr. Spanner himself, from this poll. Because I've got to keep it as 4. So basically, the strongest set so far, I think, is the Italian Riviera. That I think really that is the strong that one that we've missed. Is there anything that could swap in with this? But of course, if anything comes out of this poll that's running at the moment, it will not be mentioned for the rest of the year. So it's a tough one because some things aren't going to make the chopping block. Some things aren't going to make it at all. So just going to write down the 4 that Tricklebricks has. I'm going all the way back up. Let me find it. You can remember the ones that you wrote, Tricklebricks, so I don't have to go through the whole chat. That would be great. But if you can't, don't worry. I will catch up with all the comments in a second. Shibo, this is a fantastic idea. Well done. Obviously, Matthew, you got a choice of a Lego City set potentially. Let us know. Next force, there we go. So we've got round 1. So we have got Django. Got the Django Slave. Soundwave. We've got the Guardian Dragon. Gizmo. All of those are solid. All 4 of them are solid. So that's a great round. I'm just going down to my 4 that I wrote because I am a numpty. So we are saying for the next group for round 3, we've got the Shire going up against the Ninjago Workshop. Do we keep Mario Kart or does that come out? And we've got the AT-AT Gingerbread. Because we could take the Mario Kart out and replace it with the Italian Riviera. So that is an option. And round 4, as I'm coming all the way down, which seems to be the very, very controversial round 4, which is brilliant. I like this. I like it. So we've got round 4. I say round 4, but it's the 4 categories that we're putting together. We've got these. Should put it on the screen for everybody. So this is the other one. So it's a big T-Rex. up against a Tudor. I've got to be honest, like if we did a minifigure round, the 2 minifigures from the T-Rex set, I think outdo the Tudor Corner minifigures. So I'm going to be, yeah, it's going to be so interesting. Arkham. And do we agree for Harry Potter? It is the main tower because that is our own, that covers Harry Potter. So let me catch up with everything in the chat. Guy, hello. We are coming up with a poll for the best set of the year. And we are it's been fruity. So we could get rid of the Harry Potter Tower and put the Italian Riviera in, or we get rid of the Mario Kart and put the Italian Riviera in. I think Gizmo, Guardians, Dragon, Soundwave, and the Django Slave 1 are all solid. Or we try and get the Italian Riviera in with these 4. So the Patsy Baker Street set is better than the Tudor Corner. See, that's another shout. We've got all the book nooks and things like that. And I'm just coming back up. I see you. I'm just getting that. Unlicensed Brick says, I would pay big bucks for the Monastery Spinjitzu set. That I agree with. And the Air Jitsu set I was talking about yesterday, that is I really would like that set to go with all the other Ninjago bits and pieces. So yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. So we've got if I do that, is it still there? Yes. So we've got that there at the moment. So good set, good minifigures. Is this down into the final lot? Is this a top 16 of the year? Because that's what we're doing at the moment. We've got a top 16. So does this make it? I mean, it's obviously down to personal opinion and things as well, but it's probably as good as the sets that we've already named. But is it better than anything else? I think that's the key. I think that's the key thing. But do we all agree? Oh, it's a modular. Sorry. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. So we're basically doing a top 16 at the moment, guy. We've got 4 rounds of 4. Each 4 sets will go against each other in 4 different categories, and the winner of each 4 will go up as the ultimate set. And that's basically what it's gonna be. So it's just a little bit of fun. Well, I like the Mario as well, and the Mario is a good contender. But obviously, when it comes up to like minifigures, the Mario is just not going to get anything. But then it's like the Gizmo as well. So if it's more of a display set, it's not going to win a certain category. So at the moment, we've got a Mario Kart, the Gizmo, and the Game Boy, obviously all display sets. So it's going to be stronger between each other. So this is a question to everybody. What set do we swap for the Italian Riviera? Because if we all agree that the Italian Riviera is a top 16 set, then it needs to go in for something. So because the Tudor Corner, Arkham, and the big T-Rex are obviously all so fruity with regards to an argument, I think they've all got to say, do we pull out the Harry Potter and it's not a top 16? And we get rid of the Harry Potter main tower and we have the Italian Riviera there instead. Do we do that? Because at the moment, we've got the Death Star, Goonies, Black Pearl, and Game Boy, and all of those. Because I think the Death Star's got to be up there for a top 16. It's not going to do very well, but I think it's got to have a fair attempt because obviously it's such a different set. But yeah, we've got Death Star, Goonies, Black Pearl, and a Game Boy. Because we will Game Boy. So yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the Bricklink stuff, Jay, because because we're keeping away from the Lego Technic stuff as well. So it's just stuff sold on the Lego website. because of how it's run and everything like that. It's it's just we'll just stick to that. Right, so Guy's not even bought it because it's so popular as well. So we have to get then. We've got to play tag for the Italian Riviera. So what set should we swap the Italian Riviera for? We have got the choice of Death Star, Goonies, Black Pearl, Game Boy, Django Slave 1, the Soundwave, the Guardian Dragon, Gizmo, the Shire, Ninjago Workshop, 8080 Gingerbread, Mario Kart, Big T-Rex, Tudor Corner, Arkham, and the Harry Potter Modular Tower. Out of all of those, which is the weakest set for you? For the sake of trying to keep it easy, no. But when we do what potentially might be the best set ever of next year, we could, because that way we can actually have we can basically do this. We could do like 8 rounds rather than just the 4, because we're only doing we're doing the top 16 to get it in for Christmas, but we could do a top 32, so we could actually include Technic and Duplo for next year, which is nice and exciting, because that way we can do it this way. So at the moment, we've got 2 votes for Harry Potter, which is the weakest out of those 16. Does anybody else agree with the Harry Potter being the weakest set out the top 16 and swap it for the Italian Riviera? So I say the sets one more time. Death Star, Goonies, Black Pearl, Game Boy, Slave 1, Soundwave, Guardian Dragon, which is a big green dragon from Ninjago, Gizmo, the Shire, Ninjago Workshop, 8080 Gingerbread, Mario Kart, Big T-Rex, Tudor Corner, Arkham, and the main tower. So Shibo says we have the Soundwave is the weakest for him. And we've got a couple of Harry Potter main tower. So I'm going to let you guys and girls decide. I'm going to let you guys and girls decide with regards to what it could be. So I'll let you make it up. And we are going to do a 4-3-2-1 point system. Simple. Or simple. I say everybody's got their own personal preference, but it's just which is the weakest out of those top 16 that we can tag in for that. Because at the moment, we have got Django Slave 1 and Death Star. We've also got 2 Star Wars sets. Everything else, we've just got 1 of. So we've got, obviously, the Goonies and Black Pearl separate. Game Boys is a separate thing. We've got 2 Ninjago sets. We've got the Workshop and the Guardian's Dragon. Yeah, got a good mix. We have got a good mix, actually. So, yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys and girls think. But no, with regards to the Technic, in regards to the Duplo, we will not be doing that. But we just need to get that last set in there. Just need to get that last set in there. Oh, what do we do? Very true. Yeah, it's already out date. And that is true, actually, because all the characters need to be changed for the Harry Potter. So are people a bit bitter on that? Well, we've had 3 votes for Harry Potter. I think the Dragon display is better than the Workshop. So if you wanted to leave Harry Potter set and Mario, take out the Workshop. That's a good call. I think the Ninjago Workshop is the worst set for me out of that top 16 all day long. I'm looking at it now. I've got it built. So maybe that's fair. We just have 1 Ninjago set in. That would be an interesting thing, because the Ninjago would lose against the 8080, the Mario Kart, and the Shire for display. Easy, and probably for everything else. So, okay, right. We'll go down to 2. Which set is worse, or which set do you think is weakest out of the Harry Potter main tower and the Ninjago workshop. And that is what we will replace. I agree with both people. I agree with the fact that the Dragon is better than Ninjago, and it then means we only have one Ninjago set in. Granted, we've got 3 Star Wars sets, but in all fairness, they do look good. So we're obviously, because we're having a winter set, and the 8080 gingerbread is better than their bloody Winter Village stuff that they've done this year, so we've had to do that. So let me know. Just write it down so I can see it on the side, which is weakest out of the Ninjago workshop and the Harry Potter main tower. And to be fair, I would say that the workshop, personally, I've got it, but the workshop is weaker than the Harry Potter. So I will let you, I'll give you a minute or two. Yeah, to be fair, I don't think it's as great a value now either, because they've taken all the minifigures away from it as well. So like all the debates that you would have with regards to this set going, it's untouchable with regards to breaks, minifigures, display. It's just not there. Like it's the first non-modular one as well, which annoyed loads of people. So you can't take it apart. You have to slide the bits out the back, which annoys everybody as well. So playability is not there. Photogenic kind of stuff, it's just not there. And the minifigures aren't great. So really, if you were just thinking of all of those sorts of things, it would be more competitive having the main tower in the one category and the Italian Riviera in the other. So I think that's what we do then. We will get rid of the Ninjago workshop, because it's nowhere near as good as these things that we are doing, and we will put the Italian Riviera in. So that is in. We're locked in for our top 16. So just as a recap then, we've got 4 rounds of 4 sets. Each set will go against each other 4 times in a point battle, and then the winner of each set will obviously get put into basically a final round. If, of course, we have time, we could do a second chance by putting the top 2 against each other, yada yada. But we'll work that out. The Enterprise will be entered at the very, very end. We will put the Enterprise up, and we will put that in for like a separate thing. So we'll still have the main 4, but also have the opportunity in the final to vote for the Enterprise because it's not out now. So that's what we'll go for. So guys, so yeah, everybody's saying it. So fair enough. I was slightly disappointed when they revealed it, especially compared to the Gardens and the Market. Yeah, and that's it. And if you start comparing it to the other little bits and pieces and what the categories are going to go in against the Riviera and stuff, it just doesn't hold up. Chibo says Ninjago, yeah, gone, okay. And the main thing is for the workshop is people like me have a Bricklink store, so we'll buy it. Yes, so yeah, I mean, if that's it. If there was a Bricklink category and what was best for parts with regards to parts usage, it will be up there, but it's not there. So yeah, all right, we all agree. So Enterprise will be given its chance at the very, very end of this poll. Very, 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 very end. So we have got the final 16 are in. Round number 1, Death Star, Goonies, Black Pearl, Game Boy. We're going to have 4 categories, which we are going to come up together with now, so we know what we're going to be voting for. Round 2 is the Slave One, Soundwave, Guardians, Dragon, and Gizmo. So that's actually quite an interesting round, actually, because all 4 of them are just display pieces. So potentially, when it gets put into the final as an overall set, they might not do too well compared to the others, but we're not going to know until we get there. Round 3, you've got the Shire going up against the Italian Riviera, going up against the 8080 Gingerbread and the Mario Kart. So again, a complete mix of sets. And then we've got round 4 is going to be the Big T-Rex going up against the Tudor Corner, going up against Arkham and the Harry Potter main tower. So looking at all of those, they are all older sets. So we haven't actually got a Lego City set in there. But I think the Italian Riviera looks so good for a city thing. I think that will cover that. So Dusk Till Dawn, welcome back. So what we are doing is it's going to be a battle until Christmas. So the sets that I've just read out is what is going to be done. Now we need to discuss what 4 categories they're going to be. So obviously we've got display. Not a problem. Enjoy watching that. Let us know what episode and series you're on, because hopefully your sister's enjoying it. Because obviously, did you introduce her to the beginning, or did you introduce her to your favorite episode and then just she now likes it? Because you said that you hadn't watched it with her yet. So let everybody know what she thinks, and yeah, hopefully she gets addicted to it like everybody else. So 4 categories. Category 1 clearly is going to be display. What's the other 3 categories? What do we want? Season 2, episode 24. Triggerbrick says value. Value is a key thing for everybody. I guess value depends on your own personal preference as well. So value's been written down. So we could go for value. Yep, we could go for the build. Yeah, because we did say this at the start, Nigel. So Triggerbrick says value, which is great, and then Nigel says build. What we would have to do is when it comes for the build, we would have to think of what you also think it would be, because obviously there might be sets that people haven't built. So it would be like I'd have to word that well, but yeah, we'll have build, because obviously it's like a building experience, but obviously you would have maybe it'll come down to different things, wouldn't it? Colors, part usage. I was going to say, I'd like to say, Sugarbricks just said it. Hang on. My sis got me into it. She offered to rewatch it because she's had bad memory. Oh, fair enough. So I watched it with her and answering her happy days. Well, enjoy both, and keep us up to date with how you're getting on. And obviously, we will be having a massive discussion about the Ninjago sets soon, hopefully. They're going to be coming out in January. Play features is a good call, because very true. Yeah. Well, that is true. But I would actually say that the T-Rex, for me personally, is my build of the year because of how they did everything. Like the rib cages are always different. The legs were completely different. So the build would be difficult, but it would also, like you said, it might bring it back for people because they might actually think it's repetitive as such. But other people that built it then might vote for it. So that's actually quite a good thing, because then it gives you that idea and aspect of everything. So that's a fair shout. So yeah, so we'll go for build. So we've got display, value, build, and Tricklebrick says play features, which is a very, very strong shout. So we can't actually think there'd be anything else, because you've got how it would work as a display for you. Does it look good on a shelf? Does it look good in a Lego city? Can you make up dioramas around it? Blah, 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 blah. Or can it just be used as a diorama thing? That covers everything. Value is what's valuable to you. So that would obviously be, if you took price, I guess you'd have to think, you've got to put price into it, but then you've got to think of pieces. You've got to think of how long it's going to take you to build. You've got to think of the minifigures, yada, yada, yada. So that covers everything. So if we class value with minifigures, because I think a lot of people might ask a category for figures themselves, could we class the value with the minifigures, because that's what you're getting with regards to the value of the set, because it comes with those minifigures. Again, yeah, that's very, very true. Play functions or play ability could, in your own mind, include minifigures. So we don't have to have a category just for figures then, because it'll just be what people would think of. Because the play functions, obviously some would just be play / functions, yeah. Oh, good. Play features or play. Ooh. Yeah, it's just wording it. I suppose what I could do is I could write the category of play, and in brackets I could put functions. or like playability, like how you could play with the set as well. So it basically covers all aspects of play, and again, that could cover the minifigures as well. I think that's fair. That's the 4 categories that we'll do. Do we think? Oh, Jay would do that. Jay would say, well, yeah, this is the thing, though, isn't it? Because Jay's writing, how does it scale in a Lego City grid system? Jay's the only person I know that has a grid system in place. And for Jay, everything has to be hopefully on a 32 by 32 base plate, or he's stuffed. And don't forget, there's a lot of sets that we have missed out, like the dioramas and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I suppose actually, because I'd have enough to. I think I'd have enough space to write if we had, functions and minifigures, play functions, minifigures, because it all means the same thing. Because people are going to ask for any size it divides into 8, because people will ask for a minifigure category, so it needs to be included, but it's just how we include it. But we can figure that out. So I'll write play, because I think value we could definitely get away with those minifigures as well, because people will go, oh, it comes with 20 minifigures and it comes with this, and these minifigures are worth this amount of money, so this means this set's worth yada yada. Everybody's head works differently. So I think with regards to display, value, build, and play, that's the big 4 covered, and everybody can take that into their own consideration. We've got a top 16, which is fantastic, and we've got a 4-3-2-1 point system. And each one of these, because what we'll do is the next poll will be exactly the same. It'll be for display, and it'll be the next 4 sets, next 4 sets, next 4 sets. Blah, 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 blah. And then we go through blah, 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 blah. So yeah, so for Guy, if it came to, when it comes to the minifigure-esque round, which would be potentially value, because it includes that sloth, he would be voting for the Goonies. Whereas at the moment, I don't think the Goonies. Yeah, see, we could do box artwork and just get really carried away with it, but certain sets would smash anything that's got the black background. So, and obviously they're now just doing black, boring box artwork for everything that's 18 up. So, yes, we'll come up with a way of writing it, but yeah, we'll have to definitely consider minifigures. So I think maybe for value, what I will do is I will write value including minifigures. So then it will then make people stop and think which set has the better minifigures in for the value. Because some of your favorite minifigures, for example, might be very, very valuable. So if the set is quite a lot of money, but you're getting a lot of money back for those minifigures, it then levels it all out. So that's actually, I think that might be the way we'll do it. So if we do value including figs, that's the minifigures covered. And then the playability, the play is anything, like for you, I guess. Yeah, very true. Yeah, that's it. Tricklebix has said about the that would just be a good thing, because would have been strong, because that's just a single minifigure. So with regards to value, potentially it would balance out with the minifigure that comes in with it. But obviously certain things aren't going to, because that way where I write value including figs, it then means like it won't affect the Game Boy, Gizmo, or Mario Kart, because they don't come with the minifigure, but they're still good value. So we can work it all out from there. If it was what set has the best minifigures, then obviously that'll be a completely different sort of poll. So, well, there we go. That's very, very, very exciting. I will carry on building my bridge. So we started off with a leak. It took me 31 minutes to open up the bag. I've opened up the bag. We've written down all the bits and pieces needed for this poll. We're 2 hours and 20 minutes in, and I am still on my bridge. And I do not care whatsoever. So we've had Jay's having a slight seizure and heart attack with regards to his favourite set ever. I kind of feel that I need that set in my collection now, in a theme park area to be used as a pub. Didn't think of that, Jay, did you? You didn't let me know that I should have a pub somewhere. The new Jack Sparrow minifigure looks pretty detailed. Yeah, well, this is it. So when these four come round again and we have value including minifigures, you can think that these minifigures, the better they are, the better value it makes the set. Because when you go to resell it, you've got to think it from a reselling point of view. So yeah, minifigures and value is very, very, very important. And then yeah, the playability would also include like what you do with the set, how we would have functions or just play for that. So I'll work out the better way of wording it. But yeah, we'll add in value including minifigures for all of that. Is obviously be the next round. So we got round 1 4 times, 4 different sets per round, and then we'll go from there. So, but yeah, I could have added a pub into my theme park display. I could have added it to the end of Ninjago or something, just to be something completely different. Put it by, well, tell you what, it could have probably work quite well with the Jaws display, wouldn't it? Because they end up going in there for a pint. I'm sure they do, but not to be. It's not in my collection. So I sit back and I have laughed. And I really hope you guys and girls are going to take part in the actual poll itself. And yeah, if you guys and girls can't make it, I will put the poll up as early as I can before the stream goes live. Because I know it's different time differences and different things like that. And if you vote, leave a comment, and then that way people can see what it's all about. And hopefully this will gain traction over a period of time, which will be great. So it's all supposed to be a good bit of fun. We are never going to agree. And when it comes down to I know what's going to happen, because I'm going to say it. We're going to get to the final 4, and I'll be like, well, the set that didn't even make the final 4 is the best one. What's all this about? So, yeah, we will see. But yeah, you guys and girls have come up with some corkers this evening. And so this is exactly what I'm trying to build, obviously with the help of Jay as well, when he can do it, because obviously this is just his side quest and side hobby. And if you didn't realize, I've known Jay for many, many, many years. Is building this sort of bit of fun, this bit of community. And well, I think this is what everybody that was English was saying this, or even British, to be fair. So John's made a very good point. If he loves it so much, and that's everybody that was talking about it, it's a pub. That's a completely separate issue. And there was comments coming in before going, I'm British, I enjoy a pint, it's my favorite set. So yeah, everybody that was mentioning that before, yes. So I can see we might have to make a separate category with regards to drinking abilities on this channel, but yeah, we'll have to literally cross that bridge when that happens. Is that correct? I think that is. Yes, 2 more of those. But no, hopefully you guys and girls are enjoying it. And obviously this is the whole point of what we're doing now, just as a little bit of fun. Yeah, this is it, guy. This is exactly why you got to be really, really careful when you cast your vote. Because when it comes, you've got to take into consideration, because obviously Guy, when it comes to value, he will have a completely different perspective. So I part out a lot of the new Death Star Destroyer, because the minifigs sell for crazy prices, and that sells for $90, and that's a third of the price of the set. See, again, so that set has great value. John loved a pub in Germany. There we go. That's it. Enjoyed a strong drink. Oh, there it is. But yeah, so this is what we're trying to do. Just always have a bit of fun, and just yeah, just sort of enjoy everything. And now you guys and girls can take part. It makes it even more entertaining. The young Leah is selling more than I paid for the whole. See, again, this is exactly why everybody has their own perspective. Some people really like the minifigures. Some people, I think this is just across the board. Some people buy the set, people buy the set for the build experience. Some people buy them for the figs. Some people collect this, they do that, yada, 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 yada. And I did see Lego King, sorry, that you were watching on the telly. Oh, there you go. That's scary. Sorry, I've been busy. Pizza pasta. Amazing. Oh, see, now it's going to be food talk. And I still don't know if I'm making this toilet or not. I'm not too sure how far we are, but I don't know where this bit of bridge goes. I mean, obviously I can see where it goes in the instruction booklet, but I can't quite visualize where it goes in the actual set. Oh, there we are. So yeah, we're going to be doing at least 4 lives a week, because we're going to do them on a Thursday, obviously on a Friday, and a Sunday and a Monday, no problem. And then there will be the odd Saturday that I'll be doing as well. So we'll get through these pretty quickly, because obviously we need to get through them quite fast. So there should be enough weeks until Christmas, because we do each one is a week. So it's 4 weeks. We've got time to get it done before Christmas. And to be fair, between Christmas and New Year is obviously when we can fine tune it, and then maybe let it run close to New Year's Eve, and then it'll be done by then. But it'll be done by the end of 2025. So yeah, I'm glad we figured that out. It's been good. John's been drinking before Jay and everybody else was born. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, some people enjoy a good drink, and other people not so much. Oh, right. I was like, have I just built all of this wrong? No, is the answer to that, which is good. No is the answer to that. So everybody that's liked this video so far as well, because I haven't said that, thank you very much indeed. It massively helps with YouTube's algorithm. So if you have liked the video, brilliant. I can't actually see if people have or not using this software. So if you have, thank you. It just helps. It's just one of those. It just notifies people better, and it just thinks YouTube thinks I'm more popular than what I actually am, and blah 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 blah. So yeah. And again, even with the videos when they get uploaded, just like it. Don't even have to watch it, but if you can just like it, leave it in the background for a minute or two, and then just shut it off, because it just likes that kind of thing. It just works in the algorithm of everything. That bit's just gone flying. Do you see that? Hmm. 84 through 86 in Germany. Up to 14. Hey, it's the most liked video yet. What a good old discussion about a pub does, eh? Can't go wrong with that. That is the most liked video so far. So thank you very much indeed. Very much indeed. And if you think, we have done literally 0 building as well, which is exactly what we want to do. And of course, when these new sets get announced, we are going to be all over those like a dirty little rash with regards to sharing the Facebook page and things like that. And yeah, just everything. So yeah, it's been good fun. Been good fun. But we'll keep plodding on with this for a little bit longer, and then we will wrap it. We'll start to wrap it up, I think. That rain, lucky so far, the rain's been smashing on the roof, but it hasn't affected the live stream yet, which is good. So I don't know if Jay is still plodding and plonking on, doing bits and pieces in the background. So John says drinking in the army was his most popular. Well, I can fully well imagine that, especially in Germany. And Lego King says good. I'm not 100% sure what it says in the middle, but be off. So yeah, let us know. Oh, hang on. I see Jay's cam. Hang on, I'm just gonna put him on the screen. I've only just gone back onto that page. I'm just gonna keep him there. We'll get you nice and close. There you go, Jay. You're back on.
Hello, I'm in minifigure form now. Coming at you live.
Hang on, I'm going to make you big. Hang on. So solo layout, and before you carry on, Guy says, just went to make a coffee for a minute. I'm half asleep. It's 6:30 in the morning in Australia.
Good morning, Guy. Well, I've just I've had to come at you live from Tudor Corner. So I thought it was very important to get this campaign off to a good start for the poll. So we're here. We've got a very British minifigure there. We've got my actual custom channel minifigure there. There's that haberdashery around the corner. I've also been over to Kev at Block Party. I've been in his live stream in the chat, rallying the troops to say, is Tudor Corner the best modular ever? And I was getting a few yeses in there. So I've been around the YouTube community. So we've got to get the campaign going. So we're live here from a Lego room. Harry Potter's turned up, everybody. He's ready for Tudor Corner.
There he is.
God, we got the Vulture, we got Carnage, we got the Sandman and Daredevil. They are ready to vote for Tudor Corner in the upcoming poll. The entire Avengers, the X-Men, they're all ready. They are here to vote. Batman 66 is out in force. They're trying to build next to Tudor Corner. So just to let you know, Tudor Corner, the greatest modular ever, over and out.
He's just gone. He's just gone by. There we go. John goes, it's so sad looking. Wish I could broadcast some really good modulars. Next time I set it up with this, John, I can send you the link. So you are more than welcome. And this is open to anybody else that just wants to jump in for a couple of minutes. I can easily do it with this software. So when you see the duck in the top corner, we can do it. When the duck's not there, it's YouTube's own. And I have no idea how to pronounce your second name. So I would just say, I think it's White Fanty 7. Hello to you. How are we? We have a poll running at the moment and all good, sexy fun is occurring with regards to different bits and pieces. Guys just said, I parted out at Tudor Corner. It has good parts value. There we go. Shibo says, I have it. I love it. And found Jay extremely funny. Not once, but twice. So I am. And the best thing is, I am never going to vote for the Tudor Corner over the 4 things, because the 4 things that we have got, and then we're gonna cover this. Does the Tudor Corner look better on display than the T-Rex? No. Is it a better build than the T-Rex? No. Value including minifigures? No. The only thing it might get it on is the playability with regards to how funny that was. So I am 3 out of the 4 going to be voting for the T-Rex against the Tudor Corner, I'm afraid. And then you have also got Arkham up against the Tudor Corner. So for playability, I would put Arkham over the Tudor Corner as well. And I'm afraid the Harry Potter Tower is getting no love from me whatsoever. So Guy agrees with me. 3 of the 4 of those, I do believe. So the Tudor Corner going up against the T-Rex and Arkham, I think might be the fruitiest category of the 4. The Shire and Italiana, you know what I mean. The Riviera, that's the one. 8080 Gingerbread and the Mario Kart is an interesting one as well. A tough one with regards to after this category is like either the value or the build for the Slave One, Soundwave, the Dragon, and Gizmo. And what we are voting for currently with the Death Star, Goonies, and Black Pearl and Game Boy, potentially there'll be a winner for each one if people did it right. Because I think value-wise, there's a very, very good shout that the Death Star actually is the best value out of all of them. Potentially. And that's going by figures resale value and actual how, after you took the minifigures away from it, how much the set would actually cost and how much the pieces are already. So you would probably, you could have a 1, 2, 3, 4 on all 4 rounds for this current one. But for the Tudor Corner, I'm afraid the big T-Rex is going to absolutely devour the Tudor Corner. Oh, it's a good bit of fun. But yes, so John's gone, oh, I see why he loves it so much. It's the only thing he has. He's got nothing to compare it to. Well, in all fairness, if Jay actually goes back on camera and turns around, which I think he needs to, and he goes underneath his table, he's got the Lord of the Rings eyeball built. He's got all of the Star Wars stuff, dioramas ready to go. The gloves are off on this one. So Jay, you want to quickly pop back on? But yeah, he does say glad to entertain you all. It is a good bit of fun. It is a good bit of fun. So Guy says I pointed out the Death Star and the minifigures sell for about the same price as the whole set. So yeah, I think potentially the next round for value, I would actually have the Death Star over the Game Boy, Goonies, and yeah. So potentially this round currently, I know it's 4 very, very random sets, but there is an option for that to be the only one, that there could be a winner on each one. So really, it's going to be very, very important where the set comes in second, so it wins overall. So that's going to be an interesting one. And John says, no, it's just for the modulars. Modular-wise. So I don't know if he's here. He has got the bank, not the brick bank. He's got the Harry Potter bank, and there is another modular in there. And he's bought a couple of others as well, but it's just not. He hasn't built them yet. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe once he's built them, he might change his mind. But it's Jay, so he won't. It's the best set ever in the world. It's like Jeremy Clarkson in the world. So at the moment, it's close. Black Pearl, Game Boy, and the Death Star. And obviously, it's not going to make too much of a difference. But obviously, if I do the polls from the very, very beginning, where everybody's like jumping in, jumping back out again, and then quickly saying hi, there will be a lot more votes. So, yeah, I would probably say, as it is, it's probably in the right order anyway. I think we could potentially say, I know, because I've seen the Game Boy and it does look great as a display piece. You got to give it that. How it's going to compare in the other little bits and pieces, but we will be wrapping it up soon. So as it stands, it's Black Pearl, Game Boy, Death Star, and then Goonies doesn't even have a look in after 11 votes. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that happens. So John says I've got hundreds of Harry Potter, SW, etc., but I'm talking actual modulars. Yeah. So he's got some, just not all fully built up. Because you're talking about modulars before. I think Trickle Bricks has got a lot, but not backtracked all of them. I'm back to the cinema. So what have I got down there? So I've got the bank, the cinema, the garage, the police station, the history museum, the pet store, the other townhouses, the detective's office, and there's a couple of others that are sort of tucked away in there. Jay's just digging himself in now. Didn't even build it. It's a cheeky monkey set. So he thinks it's the best visually looking set then. That's what Jay's coming from on that one. So he's going to be voting for the pub over my T-Rex. My meter-long T-Rex with 2 minifigures from Jurassic Park is going to get beaten by January's modular. Oh, I cannot wait for the next live stream. This is going to be very, 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 very fruity. So yeah, lots and lots of different things. Yeah, haven't got the town hall, haven't got the Emporium, haven't got the greengrocers, and haven't got the other one before it. And then I haven't got any of the newer ones either. I haven't got the hotel. Oh, the hotel, the one that Jay's got, the hotel. I call it the John Wick Hotel. I don't have that one. That's the one that's retiring this year, isn't it? As we're on the topic of as we're on that, what are the modulars that are actually retiring? you can see, we're still on this on the background. So what are the ones that are retiring? Modular Jazz Club. Yeah, got that one as well. So that's going. Why is that there? I don't know. Natural History Museum, is that going? Is that still available? I'm finding it very, very bizarre on the Lego website at the moment. I'm sure things are chopping and changing. So that's retiring. So the hotel is going. I do like that. I think it looks smart. Jay has the hotel. I don't. There's something called a Tudor Corner. I don't know if you've seen it, everybody, but this is what the Tudor Corner looks like. And yeah, that is the one that is causing all of. And have you seen? They've updated it. You can now just get the building instructions and breaking news on the Tudor Corner set. This will be the first ever time I've clicked on it. But if you were just to click on this, look what happens. Boom! Takes you straight there now, and you can just download the instructions rather than having to find it. So are we going to be going paperless sooner rather than later? Because they are making a bigger deal out of this. Are any of these 8 minifigures better than the T-Rex minifigures? Let's have a look. Absolutely not. No, he's not. No, absolutely not. Do like the cat, though. And I do like the spider, but no. And no. So basically, that's lost the minifigure battle. So I'm all right with that one as well. So that's good. The other, so hotel, that Jazz Club's the one that's going. Yes. So I thought there was 2. This was one of the first sets that had all the different hearing aids in and things, wasn't it? This Jay has got this one, and he's also got the removal truck giveaway as well, which has all like the piano and stuff in. Very, very important giveaway that with this. So that is the Jazz Club. So there's the figures for that. Do you like all the instruments? So yeah, that's all the different hearing aids and things that came in, and you've got the beautiful print on that singer. So yeah, there's some big sets going on the chopping block. Yeah, so don't forget, yeah, Jay is this is Jay's side hobby. He just does this as a side gig because he has literally. How many thousand toys do you actually have with regards to 6-inch, 3 3/4, 12-inch Hasbro Hot Toys? Like just incredible different scales. Yeah, but I'm giving my thing of if anybody had logical sense, you would lose 3 out of 4 categories to the T-Rex. So that's it. That's it. That's all it is. John saying you look taller than 6 to 12 inches. So Jay's I'm assuming you're not talking about your third leg, because the first bit is factually 100% correct. He doesn't collect Lego as such. It's a side hobby. But the second part of this comment that's on screen, I cannot vouch if he is a 6 to 12-inch fella. Now, if Cheeky Monkey is reading this and would like to vouch, I don't want to know the number, but I can't vouch for him for the second part of that comment. But the first part, I can tell you that, yeah, so there he is, look, 2,500 to 3,000 over 20 years, 2 bedrooms full. It's just every single thing that you can think of different bits and pieces as well. So very, very, very impressive. But I just probably would have worded that a little bit different. I'm glad you didn't start at 3 3/4 inch, because technically that's where it starts at. And then it, depending on the weather, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I've done really well to neglect this so far, and we will carry on neglecting it probably for another 15 minutes before we start to wrap it up. Black Pearl is just winning now. The Death Star is starting to catch up. Is the Death Star in the next 15 minutes going to take second place? Because I would personally vote for the Death Star. So I can't change that. But I would vote for the Death Star myself. Yeah, so he got. See, that's the other thing. Like, if we could tag team a set from a theme, if I was to throw the Ninjago City in, it shouldn't lose a category whatsoever. But then also at the same time, if you put in the Lord of the Rings eyeball, that really shouldn't lose a category either. So if they went up against each other, that'd be a hell of a battle with that. And then obviously you then go, well, if you put the Daily Bugle up against the Avengers Tower, and then you put that against the Lord. If we did a past set, that's why I want to do like our own version as a. John says, okay, here's a non-Lego collector. You don't even get a vote. Well, I can't vote. Jake can vote. So he's going to vote multiple times probably. He's going to go on all of his devices. He's going to hack into Cheeky Monkey's account. So there's 2 votes coming every time for that Tudor Corner. 100%. But what I'd like to do, going back to with Jay's comment, what I'd like to do is next year, take this format as a top 32, if we can think of doing it 32, because it should be easy enough. Because I would do the last four Ninjago UCS sets over these 4 categories. Same thing with the Marvel stuff. So you've got Avengers Tower against the Daily Bugle, against Arkham Asylum, and against something else that's big. The last 4 great Ninjago sets up against each other. Some people, that way, people have interest in those sets. Obviously, it's one of those. Lord of the Rings, we could put Dungeons and Dragons in with the Lord of the Rings to make it as a set of 4. Then that then opens up to the Disney aspect, because you would have obviously the castle, Snow White, the old castle, the new castle, the Beauty and the Beast castle. So that would be a thing. We could then do an amusement one, Loop roller coaster, Red roller coaster, big Ferris wheel, carousel. So you can see how this would go over these 4 categories, and then just knock it down from that. So that is going to be, I think, much harder, because when it starts coming into the final knockout round, the final 16, for example, because we're going to go 32, 16, and then you got semis, quarterfinals. That's how it works. It's very, very, very simple. When you've got the Avengers Tower going up against the Lord of the Rings eyeball, what are you going to vote for? Both of them side by side look incredible. Both of them have fantastic minifigures. Both of them, it's like, oh, you're going to really have to start thinking about that kind of thing. So Guy says, I brought a lot of Baron d'Or sets, and the Rivendell sets were my biggest investments. I'm sure people will get them. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure you've seen them on display, but straight away, trying to do the Rivendell up against the Baron d'Or, the Shire is not going to get a look in. It's just not. I think, I'm calling this right now, you're going to have Baron d'Or and Rivendell 1 and 2 over the 4 categories. The Dungeons and Dragons set will then just come in 3rd every single time, and the Shire will just get a vote for the Shire if you like the actual Shire. But it's not better than the Rivendell and the Eyeball. Somebody else might other people would disagree and everything else, but that is, thank you to Shibo, is what we're going to be doing next year. So we will do a big breakdown. This is what our polls are going to be now. It's all going to be good, sexy fun for the rest of the year. What's that? What's come up? Don't understand. Something just popped up. How can I don't know if I missed something. Oh, there it is. What's the... Oh, right. Okay. So this just popped back up again. So back in the chat, everyone liked the stream, and this was obviously very, very kind. Thank you to Unlicensed Bricks. But it was something that popped up at the top, which I've never seen before. So yeah, very, very, very kind. So yes, we will carry on. Well, yeah, that's it. Everybody's got their own. I think it's going to be interesting. We don't have time to do a proper all the seconds and all of those, because obviously there is very, very much potential if you did this competition properly. and you just did say the top 2, because that's how it would work. If you did a 30, if you did a 32 knockout, you have very, very much got the opportunity that in the grand final, you would just have potentially the same 2 sets that are in the one category. Doing it this way potentially, obviously, it'd be doing it slightly differently. So we are going to have a random final, but the question is one of these sets that we are voting for now going to win that final out of everything over the top 16? Because the final will be just overall what is the best set. That's it. So we've taken all these categories into consideration to get there, but then when it comes to it, you've got to take each category into consideration and then vote. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Oh, right, there we go. Thank you, Jane. I was like, what's this? I've literally, it's only just popped up. I was like, that was on a really, really big delay. Really, really big delay. Just like me basically building this bridge. Super, super delayed. Oh, first sticker of the day, 24. Sticker sheet number 24. So I suppose the question is then, Dust of Dawn, hello again. How are we? You can start chats to add it to the menu. Ah, right, okay. So Dust of Dawn is asking hello, saying hello, what's up? Enjoy Ninjago? Hopefully you did. So do I, for the first set of, or do I, for my last set of the year, do the Tudor Corner? That would be a very interesting live stream, wouldn't it? Do I get that over anything else? But yeah, if we did this properly, like you would do in like any sporting graph competition, and I did find this highly amusing. That if you have watched, I like watching all sporting documentaries, American, UK, whatever, and saw the American football documentaries. Amazing with regards to all the bits and pieces they do, and stuff that we never see. It's never really shown over here. And they did something called Starting Five, which is a basketball thing. And in the middle of the season, they did basically a tournament game, which then went into a round robin, which then had a knockout thing. They interviewed every single player, and not a single player could actually explain how it worked. It's like, well, if you finish first, if you finish first, you play the bottom of that, so it's easy as it goes through, and then it just goes 32, 16, semis, quarters, semis, finals. And obviously for us, we would be able to do that same format, but it would be 4 every time rather than it just being 2. So we have got Lego competitors are making more printed parts rather than Lego stickers to differentiate themselves from Lego. Very true, they are. I've noticed that with regards to the other sets. Obviously, as long as the print quality is good, it'd be interesting to see what Lego do with regards to stickers and stuff. Because obviously, I've always said it, the Ninjago stuff. There's too many. There'll be too many prints. I mean, there should be 60 stickers. They're not going to do 6. There's prints, but there's also 60 stickers as well. So we have got Netflix is the only place you can find season 1 of Ninjago Rise and Dragon. Is it? I thought, well, I've seen Ninjago Rise and Dragons on ITVX. So has ITVX lost that? Oh, at least here in America, that is. Oh, so if I don't know if you can download ITV. Oh no, you won't be able to. ITV is just we've got all of that on there because it over in the UK, it came out on ITVX, and then recently it's just been added to Netflix as well. So hopefully Netflix don't swallow everything, because that would just be painful. But yeah, if we had enough time, we could do a real big competition where potentially you would have the first 2 of one category would go up against the 3rd and 4th of another category where it goes in. You would actually have the potential for these 4 sets to be in the final. No, that's true. So guy says they can't compete with the precise size of Lego. No, that's it. They can't. No, the interlocking system that Lego do is very, 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 very good. So they do that thing. They do that thing right. Oh, now TV has Rising Dragons as well, I believe. So Trickle Bricks is saying for you, Dust Till Dawn, if you have Now TV, that is a place that you might be available to get it. But yeah, I found it absolutely terrifying, like watching this starting five, that the producers asked them, do you understand how this works with a knockout? And they're like, no. I was like, well, you've got 4 teams. You've got to finish in the top 2. And then those top 2 then get placed around. So you got first versus their second, blah, 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 blah. And that way, the final could be the best 2 teams if you start off with the best 2 teams. I was like, what? There's £1 million per player, $1 million or 100,000 or something scary per player that won. And they had no idea. It's like, oh dear. So at least we've got an understanding of what we're doing here. And then, like I said, next year, we'll make it out that if there is 4 amazing sets in one category, it still has the ability overall for those to be the final 4 best ever. But we are going to be having some very weird and wonderful sets in, because I will be adding in things like the Apocalypseburg, which is just incredible. And so I'll be adding like a Lego Movie 2 category or Lego Movie category, because you've got the pirate ship with gold, the beard on there. That goes for tons of money. You've got yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that you could do. So John says, actually, bricks by Goldie Bricks are identical to Lego. The quality is exactly the same. Yeah, because they did lose their pattern, mind. So the pattern ran out last year for the interlocking system for the Lego brick. So I think people have got a little bit better for it. And then I use Rogue's Lego channel because it still has all the seasons except from fair enough. Yeah, hopefully you can get it. Hopefully you can find it and you can enjoy it. Because it's not the nicest of things trying to do it and then not be able to actually watch it. Putting these on upside down, I think. Yes, I am. That would explain it. That would explain it. All right, I'm going to check the poll in a second. I can see people coming and going. I can see those numbers coming up and back down again. And I'm just trying to make this poll as fair as possible. Because obviously on average we'll be normally live 2.5 hours. I know on Sundays, for example, it'd be a little bit longer. But because we had that poll running for the first hour, it just trying to make it a little bit fairer and just see if things catch up. And I will be looking in a second and just seeing exactly what is what, which means I can actually do that now. Where are we? So it's 25 for the Death Star, 42 for the Black Pearl, and 33 for the Game Boy. So it is chopping and changing ever so slightly. And again, to everybody that's liked the video, thank you very much indeed. It works. Hopefully you guys and girls are enjoying it. So Dust Till Dawn says they have all their compilations on their channel, but you don't get anything from them before episode 9, which is it's a shame. So yeah, there's a lot of things, because again, in case you wanted to watch them, I've been watching all the Star Trek movies on Netflix, free to watch. 4 adverts. Each advert's about 30 seconds. The only problem is that the volume of the film's really low. So say, for example, I watch the telly at 8. I have to turn it up to 30, and then the advert comes on, and it literally blows me through the wall. That is the only problem, I would say. If they could get their sounding better, that would be fantastic. But yeah, you can watch all of them on YouTube, and it's brilliant. Sticker number 59, that is a no. That is a no from me. So this is where it's going to be awkward not having these bits, because we've got 59, I've got 12. Very random with their sticker numbers. 59 for one, 12 for another. I can give you the 12. I just can't give you the 59. Netflix is $7.99 here if you want to watch it with ads. Yes, it's getting expensive. It's getting expensive. Like anything, it's all going up and up and up and up. And the problem is, again, with just regards to sports, and I know this is a huge problem It was a huge problem in America, but not. Well, it probably is now. It probably is going to be even worse. That I do believe is it Apple. Your Apple TVs just bought Formula One, so we get Formula One on Sky. You can pay for an F1 channel, which gives you it basically 24/7. Or on a normal TV channel once a week, you can actually watch the highlights, which is basically the whole race, and it's just part of your normal TV, so you don't have to have a separate app. But I don't think that's going to be the case for you guys in America, because you're going to have to pay for that sport. And then again, with regards to the World Cup coming, I'm hoping that next year, when you get the football World Cup, our football, not your football, you get to watch it on normal telly, because I understand you guys and girls like the Super Bowl over there, but our third division final gets millions of more views than what the Super Bowl does. So I think the Super Bowl the other year got billions and billions, whereas the Super Bowl got millions and millions. So hopefully, if you've got the TV broadcasting, you don't have to pay for every single subscription like it's turning into all over the world. And it's happening over here as well with all the sports and wrestling. If Jay's about for the wrestling, I've seen now that used to have the WWE network, and I think it's $1,000 to watch everything. It's like, well, nobody can afford any of that. Nobody. So Funhole, the older bricks before they got switched to Go Brick, and they changed their name to Lumi Bricks. Fair enough. Okay. And then we've got my favorite team won the Super Bowl last year. Yep. I want to say I know who that was, but was it the Eagles versus the Chiefs in the final last year? Because I've watched on Netflix, there's the quarterback and wide receiver, and I've seen all of those. I watched them first. Very, 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 very good. Yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to the sport, but it's just not shown over here. What is this? No. Oh, it's got a pin. It's got a pin up its backside. There you go. So yeah, it's got those, and I'm adding on stickers 7 and 8. Well, I can add those on. We'll add these last couple of stickers on, and then we'll start to wrap it up. So, guys, you start saying goodbye to each other as we've just broken the 3-hour mark. I will end this poll at the very, very last second to keep it fair. I'll put these 2 stickers on, and we will just end it there. Jay, if you are about and you want to jump back on and advertise your channel, then obviously please feel free. If you're not about, then don't worry and don't advertise your channel. It's absolutely fine. I've just taken these off and not looked there. They are 7 and 8. So I will be guaranteed to be back on live again tomorrow for a long slog. And I don't know about, on Sunday. And then potentially we'll be back on again tomorrow, depending on how the day unfolds. And it all depends on Jay, to be honest, but I think he might be busy. So I might be going live because I've got nothing else to do. So, John, thank you very much indeed for joining. Oh, hang on. There's Jay. So WWE being on Netflix is brilliant for international. That's it. As it's the cheapest way it's ever been in my life to watch the main shows. Just annoying the whole back catalogue isn't on it yet. That's the thing. That is the problem. Guy's ahead of us because he's saying it's already Saturday morning here. So yes, you're well into your. It's almost beer time for you, isn't it? And you've got to let us know how you're getting on with your minifigure storage as well. When's the next Ninjago stream? It's either going to be carrying on with this tomorrow or Sunday. Definitely Sunday, but it might be tomorrow and Sunday depending on Jay, basically. But I sometimes do go live on a Saturday earlier, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll be definitely about all for a long slog on the Sunday. So goodbye to John, goodbye to Till Dawn, goodbye to 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Everybody else that's been in the background, thank you very much indeed. Hang on. Jay's already on. Here he is.
Hello.
You living the dream?
Still rapidly tidying. I think my final box to bring up of stuff has arrived to come up, but our friend's coming over all day from 10 o'clock in the morning. So,
ouch!
I've got to be tidy. So the tidying hasn't gone. Well, it's gone okay, but I haven't brought the pickups up for about a month. So as you notice, so I've got to try and bring all those up and tidy the toy room and get rid of all the cardboard. So it's
lovely.
Well, it was.
Well, just so John, just so you know, yeah, it's going to be Ninjago building until it's built. So what we're going to be doing, it's all going to be Ninjago talk for the probably next 3 live streams at least, because I'm on step 843, page 63 of the last booklet, but there is 330 pages. So the fact I've done about 4 pages today, I think we might be on for a long slog. So yeah, don't worry, it's all about Ninjago for the next couple of live
anything
streams.
over the last 2 streams at all, like
this. I think in the time it's taken me to build the cable car, which is about 10 pieces, and this, I literally finished the first booklet of the Death Star.
Yeah, you were flying with the Death Star. I've got a juggernaut, a very large juggernaut. It's very heavy, so we got a large juggernaut. Requires no building.
Oh, Lego King says he's back. Welcome back, Lego King. Good evening to you. Oh,
yeah, he started taking Transformers as well. So we've got Transformers coming on. So
we got we got
the Dinobots coming.
So how many have you got those now? I'm going to end the poll in a minute. There's a couple of minutes left of the poll, and it is changing. So is the Death Star going to catch anything up, or has everybody already voted? That's what we're waiting for.
We've got about 20 so far. We've got a dead Transformer there when they got shot up at the film at the start. So
yeah.
Absolutely cool Lego variant if they get that far. I can't believe the Megatron yet.
No, well, I don't understand why they haven't, because everybody's about to jump in and go, well, he transforms into a gun in the 86. Yeah, but in their Michael Bay, he is a jet.
Yeah.
So they've just got to turn him into a a certain type of aircraft that's not related to the war. That's the thing. That's what they can't do. So yeah, we're going to be building Ninjago and talking modulars over the next couple of live stream. So Dustle Dawn says, I didn't vote because I don't know what these are. Well, hang on then. That's what if you haven't voted, you've got to make your mind up right now what looks best on display. So we will very quickly, as Jay's tidying up, I will just get onto the Lego website and we will get this up for Dustle Dawn so Dustle Dawn can see for himself. Because in all fairness, I didn't actually show these sets off. So we have got 4 sets. What do you think looks best on display? We've got the Death Star, which is this massive monstrosity just here. Huge looking thing. I could show them in person, but I'm too lazy to turn the laptop over. So that is your first one. Next one, you have then got the Goonies, which is this. Goonies? That was an awful. There it is. Awful spelling mistake. But that is
it's on the way of the Ranger quest.
Yeah, we've got the Goonies on that one. So that's what the Goonies looks like. We've also then got the Black Pearl. So the Black Pearl is next up on the list. Let me get
the Black Pearl. Don't you mean Captain Jack Sparrow's
pirate ship? I'm not going to call it Captain Jack because I would like everybody to witness this now. And you, Jay, you can see me in the search bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, look, black.
Oh, does it come up if you type Black Pearl, does it?
There it is, black. You don't even have to type in Black Pearl. You just type in black and it's there. So it's their keyword. They know what they're doing. And this is that. So that thing just there, huge looking thing, is the next one. Still on back order to the 19th of November. So it's it's been a fruity one. And the last one to pick from is the Game Boy, which is this one just here. And that's your 4 display, and that's going to be shipped by the 2nd of December. So yeah, they are very, very fruity, very, very fruity looking.
Quickest Lego set the missus has ever built. That one, she enjoyed her little birthday gift there and flew through that one in the afternoon.
Right, Hoarder 66. We've got loads more. We've certainly got loads more people jumped in. It's because Jay's turned up. So Hoarder 66 says whichever one Lego wants to send me for free.
I do like that username there. We've taken Order 66. Combined it with the collecting and made it Hoarder 66.
Hoarder 66, yeah. That's a great name. Guy says the Transformer toys were really good quality in the 80s. Also says, I prefer the Goonies, but the Black Pearl looks amazing. Dustle Dawn says he's a real hoarder. And then we've also got from Trickle Bricks, and so she should be Dustle Dawn. There we go.
Mrs. might try to call me a hoarder, but I like to use the phrase display artist.
I was going to say, he's a display artist, a display artiste. Right, so we have got the most people we've had in. Has the poll been affected? Yes. And the Black Pearl's gone up. So the Death Star went up. So we've had a vote. We had a vote for the Death Star, and we've had a vote for the Black Pearl. So at the moment, it's 50% for the Black Pearl, 29% for the Game Boy, and 21% for the Death Star. Jay, what did you vote for?
I voted for the Game Boy. It's on the because I put you through it in there as a bit of a spanner in the works, and if I'm nothing but a spanner in the works, so I thought I've got to go for that set. And it does generally look like a Game Boy. It is downstairs, literally displayed next to her real childhood Game Boy that she's still got. And it literally, the scaling is just like perfect on it. It's a very fun little set on display. But what you've given yourself here, I think, is you're going to have to do a pre-recorded video introducing all 16 sets for the potential top sets of the year, and then you can come back and collect all the votes on the lives, plug your own lives, and then at the end of the year, once you've got the votes in, you can do that pre-record video, the best set of the year, as voted by the channel viewers.
Yeah, that is very true. We could do that, because more than likely, what is going to win the best set of the year? I tell you what, if you're Tudor Corner won the best set of the year, I'm going to have to do the video at your house, so I don't actually have the set.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I think you've stacked your things though. You put 3 very good sets in the last category.
Well, this is it. We've got honestly, as a recap for these categories, as you're tidying away.
You know it's serious when the pen and paper comes out. It's only ever been out
this is serious business. This is so round 1 out of all of them. I think realistically is the only round that there'll be a different winner every time if people voted correctly, because the different categories now is what looks best on display, what's the best value including minifigures, what is the best build with regards to piece or whatever, you take that into consideration. And then we've got play. Well, for the first 4 is what we're doing now. So we've got the Death Star, Goonies, Black Pearl, and Game Boy. Well, for value, you can't beat the Death Star. It's the cheapest price. It's the cheapest ratio for pieces if people do it sensibly. And as everybody said in the comments, and people at a Bricklink store, they've sold the minifigures literally for the cost of the set, or at least half.
Well, the popped up Stormtrooper is quite pricey these days, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, but then again, for the build perspective, I could imagine the Goonies might be amazing, or the Black Pearl would, and then you've got playability. Well, if you can actually change the Game Boy and make it an actual gaming play thing, here we go. We've got Nightbot 12. We have Modbot activated. Please, I do not think you are. So I'll let Jay deal with that.
Unfortunately, my phone is downstairs charging, so I do not have my spanner. You're gonna have to spanner it yourself.
Well, you know what? We can just keep it there, because the longer they're in the chat for, it works for me. So ignore that, because that isn't a bot. So don't worry. Guy said, and so the giveaway purchase for 90. See again, that's the thing, the $190. I mean, I heard about this big what I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about, Dustle Dawn, is we have got a set of the year competition. So all you need to worry about is the Ninjago one, because in round number 2, we have got Django Slave 1, the Soundwave, the Guardian Dragon, which of course is...
I'll go and get my spanner and use it for the correct purposes.
The Ninjago one. And then we've got Gizmo. We also have the Shire in round 3. We've got the Italian Riviera in round 3. We've got the 8080 Gingerbread in round 3. And we've got the Mario Kart in round 3. Round 4 is the big one. We've got the Big T-Rex versus the Tudor Corner versus Arkham Asylum and the Harry Potter main tower. So every single time I do a live stream, hang on, bear with. Every time I do a live stream, I'll let Jay deal with it. There will be a poll. Each one has 4 rounds. And then we do, at the end, if Ninjago gets into the vinyl and you want to vote for Ninjago, that is what we're going to be doing. So, yeah, there's going to be some interesting things on that, because we've got display purpose, value, including minifigures, the build, and the playability. So that's what we've got to pick from. So I'm very, very excited about this. I think it's going to be fantastic. And of course, just something like, as it comes onto your screen right now, this could throw a spanner into the works. The gizmo could also throw a spanner into the works. You've also got like the transformer all of a sudden, because then you could start thinking, well, actually, the chip that's involved in that could throw a spanner into the works. It's a very, very interesting thing.
We're going big time now. You've actually got actual bots. I've actually used my spanner for its correct purposes. I was using it.
There we go. I know we've done something right.
Back to do my first actual block.
Jay's actually working. That's it. Jay stormed off and sorted that right out. So yeah, we actually had a bot in the stream, which makes it's always nice. So it's just our top 16 dust all gone. So you vote for your best set every time. We've got 4 categories: display, value, including minifigures, build, and playability. That's what that is all to do with. Right. So I'm going to get going. I'll let Jay say goodbye, but then I'll put him into the back because I'm going to have a quick chat with him before he disappears. Hoarder 66 though says, honestly. Here we go. Honestly, I keep very few sets built as I prefer to part them out for mocks and get my money's worth. Wow, this is why, Hoarder 66, the value, which is the next category, is going to be very important for you because you can pick and choose your best valued set in the last 16. So, yeah, it's going to be.
I just hold them. I just apparently buy the boxes, put them on the Billy bookcase, and will eventually build them by about 2030.
Jay has got a lot of Lego sets in his back locker with regards to different bits and pieces. So yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of stuff in the back locker that he needs to do. So Jay, do you want to say goodbye and where they can find you?
Goodbye, and you can find me right here on YouTube, as it's at the screen, at Jay's Toy Collection UK for all things, mainly action figures. The occasional bit of Lego news we'll get in there, and the occasional live stream when I actually have time. So I'm over there. There is some content. Give it a watch.
Right, so the poll has finished. It's official. It's done. So the poll should be now up on your screens coming up. If it's not, because I can't see it, where's it gone? Hang on. Right, so Black Pearl, 44%. Death Star, 20%. Oh, I should have waited. It's a draw. The Death Star's caught the Game Boy up. It's a tie for second place.
So you've been playing with this poll for over 3 hours now, getting this whole thing ready, and you've gone and ended it with a draw.
Well, I made it very clear. If there's a tie for second place, they both get 3 points.
He's off by a stud. His timing's also off when it comes to pressing buttons, apparently. I timed that completely wrong. Right, so that's the poll then. So I will get my special pen, which I've dropped. There it is. So we have got the Black Pearl got 4, Goonies. Well, I guess because the Goonies came in third now, so that actually gets 2 instead of 1. Death Star is 3. Game Boy is 3, and that's how we're going to do everything. So that makes sense. We also have loads of comments coming in. So hang on, we have got. He's never been so popular. They don't want you to go, so you have to stay.
No, that's it. I know. So I was collecting my boxes, but gave up and took them to the tip. Get them gone, guy. Get those boxes gone. Backlog. There we go. Hoarder 66 agrees. And that's a great quote. Backlogs are a great problem for the future. Or as other people would say, that is a future me problem. I like both of those. John says needs to build some modulars.
I need to build some. Well, I'm trying to wonder now. It's got me thinking, have I actually ever built a modular? Because Cheeky Monkey built that one.
Well, to be fair, Jay, I think you might need to.
Let's break this down. We'll break this down. We'll keep it on longer. So, the Tudor Corner was built by the better half. It is her set, technically. She bought it. So, yeah, she built the Tudor Corner. I have started to build the diner. I have done... because they were back in old bigger bags back then. So, I've done the first big bag of the diner. So, I've got a diner that's just built. I've built bag 1 of the boutique hotel.
Yep.
So I think for official modulars, that's it. So the backlog is, what have I got there? I've got a police station to build. I've got a garage to build. I've got the jazz club to build. I've got the rest of the 2 I just mentioned to build. So there's at least 5 to build in the backlog. What else is in there? The bookshop. The bookshop one, that little double split thing. I've got that to build. There might be eventually a museum that needs building as well. So there's more modulars that need building than are built. That is a fair
I
point.
would imagine most of those that you've just mentioned might be better internally and better spacing than the actual Tudor corner, but it also depends on the actual individual impact of how it looks into people's cities. So this is all the stuff you've got to take into consideration when you're buying bits and pieces. Hoarder 66.
Yeah, I don't build Lego. I'm not a Lego builder. I'll do a nice grid system. I'll lay it out for you lovely. I'll arrange your minifigures. But the only thing I've built properly is Barad, the Avengers Tower.
He didn't even build it. Sorry, what? He isn't allowed an opinion.
My finger's getting sore from this spanner use, I'm telling you.
Jay's never used a spanner this much in his life.
We'll let him get away with it.
Well, we know that when it gets to the fourth round, which will be probably at perfect times, it might well be it'll actually be this time next week. It'll be the Thursday. Sorry, it'll be next Thursday. Because if I do a live tomorrow, then there'll be another one Sunday, and then there'll be another one Monday. It will be Monday, and Monday's very busy for that one. If not, it will be the Thursday. And that is going to be interesting because I think there's actually going to be quite a lot of votes for that Tudor corner. But also, I think there's going to be a lot of votes for the big T-Rex. I feel very sorry for the Harry Potter main tower because I think out of all those 4 sets, I can't see it winning anything apart from potentially the playability.
It is going to give me a little chuckle if your T-Rex doesn't win your poll that you've tried to set up. So the T-Rex wins this. There's the 2 minifigures it comes with. He's holding all his hope.
I know. Those 2 minifigures are fantastic. I'm actually looking like if your Tudor corner somehow scraped out of this round of 4, has it actually got a chance against the Game Boy, the Black Pearl, the Goonies, the Death Star? It has against the Slave One, Soundwave, the Dragon, and Gizmo. It's not better than the Italian Riviera. It's not better than the 8080 Gingerbread. It's not better than the Mario Kart. It could be better than the Shire.
It's not my words. People, YouTubers, call it the greatest modular ever made in terms of looks and build quality. Yeah, I'm not an expert, as you know, so those are not my words. So I
know. Well, we've ended the stream on a draw, but there is one winner, and that is the Black Pearl. So the Black Pearl takes the most maximum points. But I think what's going to be extremely important for this category is who keeps coming second. Because if they think about value, including minifigures, I think the minifigures are more valuable than the Goonies and the Death Star, but we'll find that out next week. So, guys, me and Jay are going to skedaddle. You can find Jay over in Jay's Toy Collection UK. I will now add him into the description, which will ping up probably in about 24 hours' time. So you can then click that.
Change the name of this live stream on the replay because I wouldn't call it Ninjago City Markets Rebuild Episode 13. You didn't build any of it.
Well, it'd be all right. Everybody knows what it's about anyway. It's okay. Right, so guys, if you could again like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic on my behalf. And thank you very much to Jay for coming in and keeping everybody entertained with what is now known officially as the world's greatest modular by 50% of the chat, whereas the other 50% are like absolutely not. So I'm very much looking forward to carrying on with this master debate later on the next couple of live streams. But again, you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I hope to catch you next one. Awkward wave as we say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, 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 bye.